So we've grown a lot in that area.
Coach Godfrey, Coach Malou, thank you so much for joining me. Guys, stay where you're at. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff is coming up right after this.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at georgiaconstructioncareers.com.
Are you ready to make a difference in your community? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is now hiring with a sign-on bonus of up to $4,700. Begin your career with us today. Explore GoGCSO.com to discover information on tuition reimbursement, paid training, and annual benefits. Are you ready to rise to the call? Go GCSO.
Okay, guys, go ahead and take it off. Take it off.
America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Maisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head out with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer.
Did you know that horses sleep standing up?
Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
The drive for the GHSA state title is presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today.
And we are back, everybody. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel here at North Gwinnett High School, where the Bulldogs of North Gwinnett will get ready to take on the Norcross Blue Devils. Of course, let's show you our coin toss here just a moment ago, presented by George's Rome. Of course, Norcross, they'll be dressed in white as the visiting team. North Gwinnett, all in red with the black numbers. Bulldogs did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. That means we'll see Norcross on offense to begin here in just a moment. We'll also check our weather forecast presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Coolest game we've probably had all season long. 55 degrees here right now, perhaps getting cooler as the night goes on. A little bit of breeze blowing, but a clear sky. When the daylight was here before the sundown took place, it was absolutely gorgeous here in Suwanee here tonight, Rusty, and a fun way to close out the regular season in Georgia high school football with a couple of great Gwinnett County powers, Norcross and North Gwinnett. You saw Dallas Constantine a moment ago. That's the kicker for the Bulldogs. He will kick it away, and it's going to fall just short of the end zone, then back into the end zone. That'll become a touchback. No chance there for Antonio Mulder to carry that ball and have the return after the ball goes into the end zone. That'll put the Blue Devils on offense to begin things here.
Yeah, go back to this weather. I'm going to say one thing on the weather. We were at a game earlier this year. Unfortunately, had a couple band members that kind of were subject to the hot weather. That's how hot it's been. Yeah. But tonight, this is absolutely picture-perfect high school football weather in the regular season.
Our Georgia Army National Guard starting lineups. A.J. Watkins is the quarterback, but you're going to see him move around a lot tonight. Kevin Maven having a great year at running back. A lot of that's because the offensive line you see there. A lot of multiple starters, as big as almost any in the state here. I should say multiple year starters, as big as almost any in the state. They put up a huge total against Peachtree Ridge, and they'll look to do the same thing here tonight as Maven gets a carry on first down to begin the game. And he's across the 30 and actually still on his feet there. So it's a first down carry for Maven to begin the game. And a chance for us to see the North Gwinnett starters on defense presented by the Georgia Army National Guard. And much the same way up front, Norcross offensive line among the team strengths. That's probably true on the flip side for North Gwinnett defensively. Really good defensive line. Cole Funderburg having an outstanding year. London Seymour, son of Richard Seymour there as well. Braxton Kyle, Jaden Brock. Those are names we'll be mentioning a lot here this evening. So fresh set of downs for Norcross. Watkins now going to crank it up and throw right open, middle of the field. That's a pass caught. Jamari Harold is going to go all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. 69 yards on the second play of the game. Flag comes down late, but I believe that's going to be after the fact.
Post celebration there, but man, what a design, what a play, protection there. Give Watkins time. And someone bit on that. You see that little pump fake. Little out and up, and he's gone for a touchdown.
And let's make sure we check this here, too. We told you that if he's switching around a quarterback tonight, that was Dylan Muhammad who came in on that second snap to throw it. So Muhammad, credit him with the touchdown throw. They will play 2 quarterbacks. But Harold gets the touchdown and gets the Blue Devils on the board just like that. Let's see our...
After the play, unsportsmanlike on the offense. That'll be penalized on the kickoff.
Mike Boyd's our referee. Our officials presented by the Georgia Sheet Metal Air Conditioning Contractors Association. Kamal Walton, Brandon Janko, Doug Bielecki, Brett Woolsey, Christian Koth is the back judge. Eric Austin is the electronic clock operator, and Angel Bonnet running the play clock operator here today. And then extra point try is good. Jack Roll puts it through, and just like that, Norcross has struck quickly. Rushing play on first snap, second snap, it's a long touchdown throw. And the Blue Devils are on the board. And a chance for us to also check out a team resume here, presented by Smart Local 85 for Norcross. And Rusty, how about Keith Maloof earlier this year becoming the winningest coach in the history of Gwinnett County? Quite an honor for him.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those 2 names at the bottom, Lorenzo Carter and Alvin Kamara, and I think about a conversation I had with him. I said, Coach, how do you keep 60 seniors? And he said, easily, we're ordering rings at the end of the year.
Yeah.
60 seniors on those back-to-back state championship teams for Lorenzo Carter and Alvin Kamara.
Amazing. Just think about the history here. Of course, Jeff Backus just went into the Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame with us in our second class a couple of weeks ago. Kind of a fun induction there to put that name in. It went on to great fame with the Michigan Wolverines, Detroit Lions.
Coaching football up there.
Is he coaching football?
Yeah, coaching high school football.
Okay, good for him.
One thing I talked with North Gwinnett, and they were concerned about the size of the offensive line at Norcross. And you see that first play of the game, Brandon, they kind of had very tight splits, and they just ran the ball at will. You know, explosive. Then you start thinking we got to stop the run, we got to bring everybody up. Then they go on top of you for a deep ball for a touchdown. So, you know, North Gwinnett knows they got their hands full tonight, not only with the speed of Norcross, but the size of Norcross.
You saw our scoring summary there a moment ago, presented by Breda Pest Management. This kick going to be returnable for the Bulldogs there at the 25-yard line. And there is room quickly, but it closes up fast just after that there at the 45-yard line. And a nice carry to get things started for the Bulldogs there by Eric Ronning. And a chance for us to also see the North Gwinnett starters here on offense as well, including the junior quarterback Ryan Hall, who you see on your screen. This brought to you by the Georgia Army National Guard. Julian Walters, honored here on senior night a little earlier. He's had a great season running the football, but one of the things that North Gwinnett does well, they get the ball to these receivers. Campbell, Bookman, Ronning, all had big years here thus far, although keep your eye on this. Young on the offensive line here tonight. 3 sophomores plus a freshman, Josh Jones, a late insert there in the offensive line, getting his first start tonight. So you're talking about a pretty young group up front for the Bulldogs. Good field position. It's a carry on first down. Walters gets up to the 50, may have gotten 4 that time. And we'll see the Norcross starters on defense, presented by the Georgia Army National Guard. Rusty, I promise I'm going to let you talk here.
No, I'm enjoying listening to you, man. Do you think?
The Georgia Army National Guard starting lineup on defense for Norcross, also really good with their defensive line. Jackson Bussey's a commitment to Appalachian State. Keep your eye on Antonio Mulder, the safety back there, too. Probably one of the best at that position in our state here right now. That's a guy that's going to be making plays in the back end for this Norcross defense, too. Hudson Morton, the tight end, gets a completion, and here comes Norcross into Blue Devil territory.
I love the play design there. Get your quarterback out, outside the pocket, get him something nice and easy, and turn it into a first down.
That's the handoff again. Room on the left side, getting a block, going down the sideline there. Another nice carry for Julian Walters and a flag, and a couple of them come in late.
It's going to be a late hit, I believe, out of bounds. That'll tack on 15 more. That will drive Coach Maloof crazy early on to see this penalty. Just adrenaline flowing. You got to pull up, though. Watch this hit out of bounds right here.
Yeah. Yeah, probably a pretty easy one right there for the officials, right there in their field of vision. But if you're North Gwinnett, you got to be feeling pretty good right now, getting your own fans kind of back into it a little bit after a quick strike. You're kind of marching back down the field.
Yep. They get out of bounds on the defense. Half this to the goal. First down.
Of course, the Bulldogs led by first-year coach Eric Godfrey, first year here at North Gwinnett. Certainly not a first-year coach. Very successful tenure at Parkview before coming over, making the trip up 85 to get here. And we're in the red zone now, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Ball rests at the 13 on first down. Bulldogs can get a first down here. You see the feet and the elusiveness there.
Read.
Ryan Hall, he keeps it himself. He's dangerous with his legs, and he goes right into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Bulldogs are a PAT away from being tied.
What an absolute perfect read there on that zone. Watch him keep it. When he sees the penetration, watch him keep it and tuck it, and 30 misses a tackle, touchdown. Exactly how you run that mesh.
We've had a couple of chances to talk to Eric Godfrey this year, and consistent in both those conversations, his belief that Ryan Hall is on his way to being a recognized quarterback prospect. He's a junior right now. He's had a very good year, and he believes the best is yet to come for Hall, both in terms of a high school player and as a college prospect as well. Dallas Constantine will come on to try the PAT. We've barely played 90 seconds worth of football here, and you're already looking at a couple of scores here on both sides and a 7-7 tie as well. So we got fireworks here. It's exciting in Suwanee, Georgia. A region championship is at stake. Both these teams have a chance to win it. It's a fun night to have you here on the Peachtree Sports Network. We're just getting going.
The Rooms to Go Veterans Day sale is going on now. So save big on the furniture you want. Get huge savings for every room of your home. With living rooms on sale, bedrooms on sale, and dining rooms on sale now. And it's about to get even better with 55-month interest-free financing. That's right. At Rooms to Go, you get both. Amazing sale prices and interest-free financing for 55 months. Don't wait. Shop the Rooms to Go Veterans Day sale going on now.
I was doing a retreat, and they tell me I went down. My heart stopped for a total of 17 minutes. When Grady got there, there was a young lady. She took over the compressions, and when they got to the hospital, she would not leave until she found out that I was okay. Helps me believe that people are basically good, and we need that. I got a lot of work to do, and because of Grady, I can.
It was 4 days, and he was going to kill me, it's believed, on the day that I was rescued.
At Investigate TV Plus, every day we go in depth. How do you process that? With investigations that expose the truth.
Is this a nationwide issue that we're dealing with here?
With real people.
This is not you. It's not me.
Facing real problems.
We thought, oh, well, they're going to let her go.
Revealing real-life solutions that keep your family safe.
It will save lives, no doubt about it.
Investigate TV Plus. Check local listings at investigatetv.com.
And we are back. 7-7 is our score. Peachtree Sports Network drive for the GHSA state title. Presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel. You see a North Gwinnett sideline there after a 4-play, 54-yard drive that took 43 seconds off the clock. Of course, brought to you by Rada Pest Management. The Bulldogs have knotted it even at 7. Early first quarter still. This going to be returnable for Mulder right at the end zone. And he takes a big hit right at the 20.
Great coverage.
Yeah, North Gwinnett flying to the football that time. Of course, as Rusty mentioned earlier, it's back-to-back state championships for Norcross about a decade ago. North Gwinnett, no stranger to state championships either, winning one in 2017.
Wow. Many people, that one probably gets watched on YouTube a lot. The ending of that game, kind of beating Colquitt County with rush probes and how it ended, and that young man that kicked that field goal is over 21 now, so I imagine he has some still open tabs around Suwanee that he never has to pay.
Going to Suwanee Town Center and enjoying himself perhaps. A.J. Watkins is back in a quarterback now.
Great
it's
job.
A handoff there, and North Gwinnett is flying to the football. Bulldogs are tough up front. They had that one read for Maven that time very well.
People want to talk about setting the edge, and what does that mean? North Gwinnett, watch this defensive end. Watch him make him run the hump. C-18 take on the guard, and what he did was he was unable to get north-south. You want to make him run the hump, get wide with your help coming, and that is a picture-perfect job of setting the edge by the North Gwinnett defense.
You lose 5 yards on that play, make it now 2nd and 15. Watkins stays in at quarterback, and we'll keep you updated on that a lot tonight. He's an Air Force commit right now, but his recruitment may only just now be heating up. And you see right there with his legs, he's to the 30, 40, midfield, and it looks like A.J. Watkins is going to be gone. Touchdown.
Brandon, did you see him put it in 5th gear? You remember the old stick shift when you go to 5th and there's extra juice? This young man puts it into 5th and it's house.
Yeah, he's like playing the video game. He pushed the turbo button. He was gone.
I mean,
86 yards.
Watch this gear right here when he sees this crease. That right there. See that separation? Wow.
Boy, look at the long frame as well when he runs.
Yeah, that reminds me, frame, the way he's running. It looks like a lot of KJ Bolden.
Yeah,
you know,
it's an interesting comparison.
Explosiveness of KJ Bolden. You see that out of Watkins here as well.
Jack Roll going to try the extra point, and that one actually hit the upright, and that's no good. So Norcross doesn't fully extend its lead here, having to settle for the 6 points. But to go back to Watkins for a second, this is a guy for, you talk about Keith Maloof, his coach Alvin Kamara, as coach Lorenzo Carter. Did not hesitate to say this, that A.J. Watkins is one of the most special players I've ever coached. So you know the pedigree that Coach Maloof has been around, and Watkins he puts in that category of play.
I see that, and the first thing I think are people wanting him at wide receiver. Because number one, he has ball skills because he handles the ball every single snap, and that's a massive plus.
Yeah.
Then you see home run speed.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a lot throughout the night. For now, let me tell you about this. How about country music recording artist Cole Swindell performing live at the Forum Center in Rome, Georgia on Saturday, November 4th. That's right now. That's this weekend.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Special guest Nate Smith and Avery Anna also part of that there too. So you can get your tickets by going to Cole Swindell. Going to let me try that website one more time. Sometimes I make it look harder than it actually is. How about forumrivercenter.com? That's forumrivercenter.com for more on that. Great opportunity to see Cole Swindell right there in Rome. I'd love to do that. Now, I've got
That's a great
pretty full dance card for tomorrow, but that would be great to go see Cole Swindell.
It's a great little location right there on the river. And
you know, Swindell also announced this week he's going to be playing in Houston in the national championship.
Yep.
Maybe we'll get a chance to see him there. And a big return here for North Gwinnett again. How about down the sideline? Just the kicker to beat. Still on his feet, finally inside the 30-yard line there. Another exciting play. This time, Jay Hollenquist with the return.
We've had a football game break out at a track meet.
Apparently, that's the case.
They fake the reverse.
And then Hollenquist just goes right down the sideline. Avoided the kicker and then finally knocked out of bounds there. Kenneth Clark, one of the guys there to make the tackle.
And I'm going to give a kicker an A for an effort right there because he gave it all he had. We got a flag down. They're going to count him out at midfield.
Yeah,
kicker may have got him out.
Yeah, kicker may have pushed him out of bounds, so good job by him. So that's going to put the ball instead back at the 43-yard line there. Here is Hall rolling left. That's throwing, pass caught, 40-yard line. And not much more doing that time for Carter Campbell, the senior. One of the few seniors we'll be talking about tonight. They've got a few of them, but North Gwinnett, a underclassmen-laden team for the most part.
They are sky high. And then they were really high on this freshman, this senior class, the way they bought into a new coaching staff, but they are sky high on this freshman-sophomore group.
Some of the folks saying that perhaps may have been a knee down on that kick return there. Some of the Norcross folks may notice that. Let's see if we can see it here again as he goes to catch the ball. Uh-oh. So if you want to talk about a state championship later on this year at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I believe that's the kind of play that would be reviewed. Good job by our...
probably a good thing we don't have a camera on Keith Maloof. Because it probably wouldn't have been Sunday school approved.
Quickly third down here now. Pass complete. Out of bounds there at the 34-yard line. That's the tight end, Jack Brumbelow. Another one of those guys that can really catch it for North Gwinnett. And that's going to be enough for a first down for the Bulldogs as well. Of course, course, keep your eye on the Breda Pest Management score ticker throughout the night. Final weekend of the regular season. Playoffs begin next week, and I'm just blown away. I mean, where has the fall gone?
Can I just put it on the brakes for a little bit? C-23 there, adjusting his helmet in the white defensive end. That's Carter Lucky, younger brother of Georgia tight end Lawson Lucky, and he's got his own D1 offers already as a sophomore.
That's a pass incomplete. Not able to haul that one in was Campbell. Looked like he was open, just couldn't quite haul it in. We're looking at second down now coming up.
Interesting note about this region, and if you win this region championship, obviously you know you are a very talented football team. Ifs and buts, you could be in round 2 hosting Buford. So I mean, that is what it is. You know what I mean? You're not nobody's scared of anybody in this region, but you think about winning a region championship, get a couple of games at home and get loosened up, and oh, by the way, that green team comes in round 2 possibly.
That's a pass caught 30-yard line and down right there. Not much doing for Nicholas Bookman. Good open field tackle to prevent that.
Cam Robinson, speed.
Yeah, we'll show you the standings here and give you a little bit. So Norcross is simple. They win, they're in. They can actually also still win the region tonight with a loss, as long as that loss is by 11 or fewer points. North Gwinnett would need to win by 12 or more today to win the region. Both coaches told me that about 4 times. Otherwise, I would not be able to tell it to you.
Explain it to me as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell it to our audience as hopefully efficiently as I am.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
The good news
remains.
is that
Third
Score
down.
Atlanta will have a complete tournament bracket show as soon as we're over tonight. They're going to go through the brackets. Playoff brackets will be updated. If you don't have the Score Atlanta app, get it right now because you can watch scores all night long. ScoreAtlanta.com is going to have the playoff brackets up. As soon as this game's over with, you'll be able to go in and see everything up to date. Going to kind of know. Won't be any guessing anymore. The brackets will be just about done.
Hall looked like he's trying to set up a screen and just barely did get it away, but the result's going to be good. Julian Walters, the running back's there to get it. He's going to be...
Man, he ran out of bounds a
little bit short of the first down. But honestly, Hall did a good job just getting rid of that.
That's a good job of holding on to it the last minute and then kind of dropping it over 2 defenders.
Yeah, so you're assuming here this is 4-down territory for North Gwinnett just because Eric Godfrey's kind of an aggressive coach, which probably the right decision in a game like this where it already appears to be so many points going to be scored. So on 4th down, Hall stepping back into the shotgun position. It's 4th and 1.
Got 9 in the box there. Yeah, I believe they're going to call timeout. They got 9 in the box. Probably want to run, but there's simply the numbers are too great there. So do you change formations and spread that box out? Because they only had 1 wide receiver, looked like at the top.
Let's take a moment to look at the resume from North Gwinnett, presented by Smart Local 85. We told you this is a program of the state championship pedigree. Also, Eric Godfrey, his first year here, and talked to Coach Godfrey. You know, the weirdness of leading Parkview now being in a new school in Gwinnett County. He said that's all worn off now.
Yeah.
You know, we're almost completely done with the season at this point in time. He's had a good first-year campaign at 6-3, and of course, you go back through the years of, you know, Josh Downs and Jared Cook, Juwan James, of course.
I can tell you one they can add at the bottom is Barrett Carter because he's going to be a first-rounder next year from Clemson linebacker.
Exactly right.
You can add Barrett Carter to the alumni of North Gwinnett because he's going to be a first-round draft pick.
Also a great collection of coaches here through the years as well. Bill Stewart now on the staff at Georgia Tech. Bob Spire going back to a number of years ago, kind of introduced a pretty high-powered offense to this program at a time when that was still a little bit not quite as common as perhaps it is now across the state. So looking at 4th down now coming up. We've had plenty of explosiveness from both sides here thus far. Bulldogs trying to do their part to keep that going. So we're also watching Peachtree Ridge tonight here too. They're up 21-0 on Duluth right now.
Change formations. They go power with 2 tight ends. Get the old, I call it the Bush.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Reggie Bush for me forever.
Well, now what I would call on that the famous Philadelphia Eagle play that Jalen Hurts runs so well. I like the brotherly shove.
The brotherly shove.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Either way, it works here for North Gwinnett right now. Fresh set of downs. Ball sits at the 19. That's a handoff to Walters. Tough sledding up the middle. But he's going to get down to the 15.
Interesting now, Walton and Wheeler, second quarter.
That is an interesting score. Milton Lambert battling for a region championship here tonight.
Talk about all the classifications that came out this week. One of the surprising things to me was Milton will be 5A.
Yeah, that is an interesting.
Milton will be 5A. Gainesville will be 5A.
You see the running play there on the right side by Hall. He's dangerous with his legs. He's already got a rushing touchdown, and he does a great job of getting around the edge there that time. Speaking of the classification, so you got the city schools like Buford, Carroll, Marietta, Valdosta, all in the top classification here. But as you mentioned, Gainesville, Dalton, Rome going to be in 5A, which is now going to be the second highest classification there.
So you see schools like Jefferson and Calhoun, city schools that went down 2 classifications from 5A to 3A. And I tell you what helped them. If you're in that school district before the 6th grade, you don't count anymore.
And there you go again. Rushing touchdown again for Ryan Hall. This one from 10 yards out. What a night so far for Hall.
Dangerous with his feet. Good read, keep, breaks contain, finishes the run, touchdown. We got a track meet.
We really do, and you're talking about a Dallas Constantine PAT away from giving North Gwinnett the lead. And I would say that, I mean, Ryan Hall played a good game. We saw him the first time against a very good Mill Creek team. I would say this young man's done some growing up since we last saw him. Constantine's PAT is good, and Norcross has 2 very explosive touchdowns, but they're staring at a deficit, and we've had 4 touchdowns. We're only halfway through the first quarter. What a start here in Swanee.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
The Mechanical Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
Struggling with food insecurity can feel lonely, yet every community across America is affected by hunger, which is why our Kroger associates work together to rescue nutritious food that would otherwise go to waste in an effort to donate 3 billion meals by 2025. Because we believe everyone should have access to fresh, delicious food. Join the Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation to defeat hunger and eliminate food waste.
The Forum River Center in Rome, Georgia is now open and available for meetings and receptions. We're fully equipped for large conventions, sporting events, weddings, and much more. The Forum is located downtown within walking distance of local restaurants, hotels, and boutique shopping. We offer a variety of meeting spaces, many with beautiful river views. Outdoor venues are available for that special touch. With our adjacent parking deck and a personal concierge on site, your event is sure to be a hit. Find out more at forumrivercenter.com.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports. HendrickCars.com. Get no payments for 90 days at HendrickCars.com. Experience the Hendrick difference. Sports Turf. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Georgia Army National Guard. The next generation is now. And by Ford. For great offers on F-150, see your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back, everybody. North Gwinnett 14-13 on top of Norcross here right now. Scoring summary, 10 plays, 43 yards. Another rushing touchdown for Ryan Hall. Of course, that brought to you by Breda Pest Management. That'll send the Bulldogs back for another kickoff here. And let me correct myself. I've been mispronouncing the kicker's name. It's Constantine Dallas. Constantine's the first name. Dallas is the last name. He's had a nice night already, so let's make sure we get his name correct. As Mulder's kickoff once again can only get to the 15-yard line. So you talk about what Dallas has been able to do here by kicking it where it has. It's created a great opportunity for North Gwinnett on special teams. They've been equal to that task, really setting themselves up with a long field there for Norcross.
You got to stop explosive plays. Norcross has hurt him with 2 long touchdowns.
Keep your eye on that Breda Pest management score ticker throughout the night tonight, including a fun one down there in South Georgia as Coffee's on top of Ware County.
Right? I think that's a packed house.
Oh my gosh.
You think they're selling some hot dogs and
I would
concession
imagine
stand there?
that is the case. Imagine that is the case. So Blue Devils back on offense. It's a Watkins in at quarterback again. And how about Maven bouncing out? He took a running play up the middle, bounced back out on the left side, and got all the way up across the 35-yard line. So pickup of nearly 20 for Maven on that first down carry.
Just blocking on the edge. Look at him turn that defensive end. He bounces it out. No one's there. He gets a face mask right here. Oh, they got away with one there. Got him at the end.
Watkins stays in at quarterback.
Got trips at the top. See if they come at Jamari Harold at the bottom right here. He's one-on-one.
Harold already has a touchdown today. That's the receiver that Rusty's talking about there. The right side of the formation, bottom of the screen, with the whistle blows prior to that.
Snap infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It'll be first down.
So that'll back up the Blue Devils. Trailing by a point here. Good look there at Eric Godfrey.
See if they go same formation. They got a one-on-one at the bottom. See if they just throw him one up.
Watkins going to look that way. His man is there. Nice catch by Jamari Harold. Second of the night, and both of them have been huge.
Yeah, when you see that as an offensive coordinator and you like your wide receiver with ball skills, no safety help over the top. They left him man on man. That's tough to defend with a wide receiver that size. Good ball, too. Dropped it right over his shoulder.
And you talked earlier about A.J. Watkins because of the way that he runs, because of the way he looks. A lot of SEC, ACC teams may think of him as a wide receiver, but he wants to play quarterback.
Yep.
That's why he's committed to Air Force right now. And when you see him throw the ball there, you just get the idea that's what he really would love to do at the college level if he can get a chance to do that. Fake handoff to Maven. Watkins keeps it himself, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Watkins gets a rushing score. His second of the night.
The Norcross offense is not, they're not even going to sweat in tonight. And they've got 3 touchdowns.
Their defense is going to be gassed because
of defense is going to be gassed.
Scoring.
Great job on that mesh. Look at him ride that mesh. Good job. 72 for Norcross. Kendall Ramsey seals off the linebacker. And when you create just enough crease, someone as explosive as Watkins, who, by the way, is wearing a Georgia towel. You just never know. But you get someone with that explosive and a crease, and you see what happens. 3 explosive plays for a touchdown. I'm telling you right now, Air Force is hoping that our cable signal goes out. They're praying that that signal goes out here because this young man.
Hey, football is back, and it's time to rise up. You got limited season ticket inventory still remaining for the Atlanta Falcons. So select your seats today at atlantafalcons.com/tickets.
What is Falcons football? It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's ZP breaking another record. What is Falcons football? It's all you dirty birds. Rise up.
Welcome back, everybody, and of course, scoring summary here. Norcross making it look quick and easy once again. 3 plays, 84 yards. Just 29 seconds of clock time, and for A.J. Watkins, his second rushing touchdown of the night. This one from 33 yards. That's 2 rushing touchdowns for each of our quarterbacks here tonight. Oh, yeah, by the way, when Watkins stepped away from the quarterback position for a moment ago, his counterpart, Dylan Muhammad, threw one. So you're talking about quite a lot of explosiveness on both sides here.
Both of these quarterbacks. Ryan Hall has been an issue.
Short kick this time after a couple of dangerous returns. Elijah Frey kicked that one high. Got what he wanted out of it, which was no return opportunity for the Bulldogs.
So 57 is Josh Jones, right guard. You see him go on the field. Freshman. How'd you like to be a freshman making your first start?
It's amazing.
On TV, oh, by the way, against Norcross. Congratulations, young man.
Really a great moment. And, you know, at 7A level, a region championship on the line, to be doing that on a night like this, that's quite a thing. All right, Hall from the shotgun, going to hand to Walters. Walters fights across the 40, only got a couple that time on first down.
Watch the freshman pull. Watch the freshman pull here and hit this defensive end. Watch him pull from his position. See him lean a little bit. But look at this. Great block there to get his guy up the field and seal that off. And
good camera work to kind of give you sort of an insight into right in the middle of that play there, too. Nice to see that. Now looking at, we'll call it 2nd 7. You give him 3 on that. Low snap. Hall's able to get it. Now going to, under duress, get the pass away. Fighting for the football over there. Incomplete, they say.
Oh, man.
Not able to haul that in that time was Eric Ronning. See it again. Looked to be pretty good coverage here, too. It's DeMario Manning who had the coverage. Ronning made the catch, but they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Yes.
Now looking at 3rd down here coming up.
Watching his legs here.
Hall going to roll left, going to throw. That's a pass complete. Midfield and a big hit right there. First down yardage for Nicholas Bookman, but he paid the price on that. It was a thump.
I'll tell you what. That's my weekly increased soccer sign-up leg there, because those 2 young men, that was a collision.
It really was.
And I believe 3's coming out, the one that they laid, he's on the ground.
Was it Lionel Burns that laid the hit? Yeah, I wasn't able to
there's number 3.
See who that was, but yeah, Burns.
He comes up. Watch this at the end. Comes off his block right here.
You've got a cornerback that's that willing to make contact. If you're Keith Malou, of course, you know, Malou said those kind of guys for his entire coaching career, but boy, you like that, don't you?
I believe it's looking at his shoulder there.
Hope he's okay. While we have a moment, we'll also remind you about our friends at Breda Pest Management, because nobody wants unwanted guests taking up residence in their home. And I'm not talking about your in-laws here, although maybe they're coming for Thanksgiving in a few weeks. In this case, I'm talking about critters. So when it comes to keeping those critters out of your house, there's just one company to call. It's my friends at Breda Pest Management. We certainly appreciate Breda Pest Management for its dedication to Georgia high school athletics. Of course, a big part of our broadcast each and every week, including that score ticker underneath here right now, rolling through the scores all throughout the state. 1st and 10. After the catch by Bookman. Fakes the pitch. Now Hall going to run, looking for that block to shake him free. He's going to be driven back, but his forward progress took him well past the 40. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 38-yard line there for him. So he got about 9 on the carry before being driven back.
The last score that I have, I'm going to check the ticker here. Wheeler is beating Walton right now.
How about that?
You want to talk about, we need to check, see what that fact could do. Anything to a bracket, or, man, that would be.
Hall setting up a throwback screen, and that's going to be Ronning, and Ronning's looking for that block, and he gets it, and he's inside the 15-yard line. Nice throw and catch from Ryan Hall to the junior Eric Ronning.
Love the play call. Watch this offensive tackle, number 75 from North Gwinnett. Just get enough of that DB to let Ronning get up the field. Number 75, that's Zach Lewis, the 6'5", 245-pound sophomore offensive lineman.
Yeah, keep in mind, in addition to Jones, who you told us about earlier, a freshman, you got 3 sophomores in this offensive line as well. But they've been getting the job done tonight, including Julian Walters on that carry going inside the 5-yard line.
Oh, he's still in the first quarter?
He's still in the first quarter.
Gotta watch Hall here with his legs.
Instead, it's Walters with his legs, and he goes dancing into the end zone for a touchdown, and North Gwinnett strikes back.
What an answer. Both of these offenses are answering the bell so far. Good block there by number 56 for North Gwinnett. That's Chase Morrow, seals off his defender, gets him turned.
After tonight, the regular season will be over, and we may celebrate it by going way over here tonight. So Constantine Dallas on for the PAT that will give North Gwinnett the lead. Keep in mind, there was a missed PAT on the Norcross side earlier. Keep that in mind. And by the way, how about the game's key first down here presented by the Atlanta Falcons? We saw this earlier. Nicholas Bookman setting up the touchdown by getting to the chains, absorbing a big hit, staying on his feet. Good football by both those guys there on that. Obviously, you hope for Lionel Burns, who had to leave the game with an injury after that he's okay, but certainly a nice play by Bookman, and that's one of the things that kept this drive alive for North Gwinnett to score. Of course, that brought to you by the Atlanta Falcons.
Big game there, Newton and Archer. A lot going on in that region.
Yeah, fun to be with those guys in that region a week ago. Obviously, we're impressed by what Grayson's doing right now, and then Newton and Archer also kind of battling it out with a lot of stakes there, too.
This Grayson-Parkview game is the game right now in that region. Grayson wins, they're champs. I believe if Parkview wins and Archer loses, they're champs.
Yeah, coming to last week, you know, Newton had the best chance of winning the region, but they had a surprising upset loss to South Brad that sort of threw that region into total turmoil. 7 plays, 62 yards, 2 minutes, 13 seconds, which in a game like this, 2:13 feels like clock-consuming.
I swore it was halftime.
Ground and pound style, just given how explosive it's been. Nonetheless, brought to you by Breda Pest Management. Dallas's kickoff this time will sail into the end zone, and Mulder, after a couple of tough sleddings for him on kick returns, lets this one go through into the end zone, so he'll take it at the 20 without having to get beat up for it.
You never worry about what your kicker had pregame meal, but I hope Dallas had enough in him because he's had to work tonight.
Yeah, he absolutely has.
North Atlanta, another team that's had a really good season. Lost a tough one to Marist, up right now 7-0 over Dunwoody. Roswell is peaking at the right time, man. 35-0 over Alpharetta right now in the second quarter.
Such an explosive offense. By the way, Watkins stays in at quarterback here right now. That time, tried to look like he was running a similar mesh play to before.
Yep.
This time he gives it up to Maven, and Maven was snuffed out pretty quickly. Jaden Brock, senior defensive end, one of the guys in on that stop.
Yeah, good job there. 11 stayed at home. Wade Lowell stayed at home.
Yeah.
21 with a penetration.
Brock's had a really good year. Number of college offers, too, including Vanderbilt.
6'5", 225.
Yeah, Eric
North
Godfrey
Gwinnett always has a defensive end.
They do.
I mean, they have a defensive end no matter what.
Going back to like Dante Sawyer and guys that have come through here. Lost 3 on that play. Watkins faked, kind of runs the RPO play, like sort of the pop pass that we see everybody run, but that one got deflected right there at the line of scrimmage.
Jared Ivey, the defensive end, 6'6" defensive end at Georgia Tech, now is at Ole Miss. Georgia will see him next week. If I remember correctly, he was 6'6" here with about a 6'9" wingspan.
What's interesting is, if Ole Miss beats Texas A&M tomorrow and LSU beats Alabama, Ole Miss actually comes to Athens with a lot of stakes still left in the SEC West, believe it or not. 3rd down. we've seen mostly Watkins at quarterback thus far this evening. He's going to throw on this one, shows off the arm strength, and it's incomplete.
Great coverage there. Yep. Fighting through the end of the ball. You watch his hands. I believe he knocks this ball out all the way at the end.
Yeah, that's Chauncey Davis, the son of the former Atlanta Falcon, on the coverage that time. A 6'2"
Watch
sophomore.
this at the end. Watch this at the end. Yep. Good job.
The 6'2" sophomore Davis. A little bit of an NFL bloodline there. Kind of an interesting prospect. Going to bring on Jack Roll now to punt. This is our game's first punt. It's a short one that bounces there around the 45 and then rolls back. So North Gwinnett gets the football back with the lead here. Let's see our reclassification here again. Let's look a little bit more at some of the private schools there. St. Pius, Blessed Trinity, Marist. They're all going down to 4A here right now.
Look at this private. Now here's the difference. They can play in the regions with public schools, which is different than last time. But at the end of the season, they will go to a point system, and 3A and below will play in one bracket. So the private schools will have a private school championship, and that is the major difference. I love they can still play the public schools during the regular season.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I mean, one way or another, I want the sport to stay as unified as it possibly can. You know, I know some states kind of do the full split between private and public.
Yep.
That's not what I want to see. The one thing with the reclassification I'm the most in favor of, I like larger regions. I like fewer classifications, larger regions.
Yep.
When it comes down to what do you do with some of the smaller private schools, I don't know that there is an easy answer to that question. I don't know that I necessarily have a strong opinion on it, but I do like the one less classification, and I do like the larger regions. You see Walters finding his way down to the 25. He's gotten some tough yards tonight, including about 5 that time on first down. We're now 90 seconds left, and inside of that in our first quarter. North Gwinnett got a stop, and darn near probably should stop the game and give him a trophy for doing so, because a stop has been very difficult to come by here this evening.
Crazy how quick this scoring has been.
Hall rolling left, spinning away, staying on his feet. And he probably ended up getting a couple for his efforts there. Going to bring a third down coming up.
I think it's pretty obvious he's comfortable rolling to his left.
Okay.
It's about the 4th time he's done that.
That's a good point.
And that's not normal. Normally you want it because you're having to throw against your body. But for whatever reason, that's his comfort zone, and you see him rolling 4 times already to the left.
So we're looking at a third down here coming up as our first quarter nears an end. Norcross crowds its line of scrimmage defensively with a bunch of bodies. Looks like they want to come after Hall. Instead, the handoff goes to Walters, and Walters, did the football come free? I believe they're going to say he's down. Norcross doesn't think so. Kenneth Clark was taking it all the way back. Officials jumped in there pretty quickly to say he's down, and by the way, it's 4th down for what it's worth. And that's going to end our quarter and then make a decision for Eric Godfrey to ponder here during the break. So we'll take a break here too. We'll come back and show you second quarter action. If it's anything like the first 12 minutes, folks, you better buckle up your seatbelt, because we got a wild one rolling for you tonight at North Gwinnett High School. Region title on the line. This is fun.
Did you know that Ingles sells more organics than any other grocery store? Or that they run their own dairy? Or that they only serve USDA Choice and Prime meat? Or that they donate 3,956 meals a day to local food banks? Well, now you do. It's all in the bag.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Now get any size frozen drink for $1.79, or get an ice-cold classic lemonade made with real lemon juice. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
ADHD diagnoses in the United States for school kids has increased by 43% in less than 10 years.
This is the first time a teacher ever mentioned ADHD. I was super offended.
A big part of me thought it was a bogus diagnosis.
The flip side of distractibility is curiosity.
What's that? What's that? What's that? If you didn't care, you wouldn't get distracted.
I'm a risk taker. I'm creative.
Zara's a brilliant writer.
He has a lot of skills, like to ask questions, to be argumentative, to push boundaries.
Around ADHD, there's tremendous ignorance. Most people are not aware of the positives that go with it.
Can't sit still, disorganized, can't focus, lazy, stupid.
You can't make it. You have a lesson, you don't clean your room.
It's a super skill set.
All right, I'm joined now by Norcross head coach Keith Maloof. That was quite the pace from both teams in the first quarter. What do you expect from your defense, though, to get that stop?
We got to get a stop. You know, they're executing really well right now, but we're also giving them the ball midfield or better, too. We got to do a better job on our kickoff, and you know, we got to do a better job on our punt that last series and get out and get from being backed up.
Yep. Lots at stake in this one. We'll be back for the second quarter.
Thank you so much, Craig Sager Jr., and a good chance to talk to Keith Maloof there. Of course, a part of a legendary family when it comes to coaching. His father, George, longtime coach at St. Pius. His brother, Kevin, also a very successful coach. Many stops, 175 wins his career alone. One of the things that Keith Maloof said about being the winningest coach of Gwinnett County, it says he puts me in categories like my own brother, who Tequila for a long time, Loganville, Meadow Creek, and how about his son Tyler now, the coach at Lanier in his second year. 8-2 this year, finished second in the region, so they're on their way to a nice postseason berth there too. On fourth down, North Gwinnett going to go for it. Powering ahead, they've got the first down, and that's Hall again. So, as we told you earlier, you're going to see Hall here getting the first down. North Gwinnett can win the region with a win tonight, but they need to win by 12 or more points.
And that would be tough to beat Norcross and win by 1 and not win the region.
It would.
That would be tough.
That's a handoff there to Walters again in the red zone now, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Looks like there's a Norcross player slow to get up here. While we have a moment, we'll also look at the North Gwinnett schedule and hopefully be able to give you an update on the injured Blue Devil player here in a moment. Of course, our schedule brought to you by Personal Touch Lawn Care. So you and I had the Mill Creek game earlier this year. Mill Creek, one of the best teams in the state, really nothing to apologize for there.
Yep.
But after that, you know, North Gwinnett goes on a nice run. The win against Archer looks much better now, given how good Archer's turned out to be. They battled and fought in a loss at Parkview, obviously a homecoming game there for Godfrey. And then you start looking at, you know, Petrie Ridge, a game for North Gwinnett. Their fans will tell you played in the weather, it was raining. They say they wouldn't mind having that one back, but obviously 6-3 here right now. And a very good first year for Godfrey here.
That Gardendale, Alabama team is a perennial power there too. That is a very impressive win.
Almost 100 points scored in that game, perhaps a little bit of a precursor of what we might see tonight. And that's Jordan Washington, by the way. We'll do our injury report here presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Washington has been dealing with an injured ankle. Now, he's been back playing, and as Keith Maloof says, coming back strong off that injured ankle. I don't know if it's the same thing that's bothering him right now or not, but Washington has battled injury some here this year. The good news here with that injury report is it looks like he is able to mostly walk off at his own power, but obviously walking a little bit gingerly as well. So 2nd and 9 now.
3-by-1 set. See if they're trying to clear the numbers. Got man
tight end Hudson Morton going in motion. Oh, you tried to run the mesh play there for Hall. Tried to hand it off to Walters, and somehow, some way, that ball just kind of got coughed up there.
Yep. I'm surprised that didn't happen more. He tried to ride that thing to the last second. It's kind of confusing, like, do we keep it or not?
I'm absolutely surprised that doesn't happen more at all levels, really.
That's what I'm saying, yes, at all levels.
Because the quarterback puts it in the stomach and then has to pull it back out. That's what he wants to do, Not an easy thing to necessarily do. 3rd and 11, they tried to get Norcross to jump, and Hall loves it. He knows that he did.
He got him.
prior to the snap. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Encroachment on the defense. So it makes third down a whole lot more manageable.
The old Jackets tonight.
That's right.
Boy,
The
that's
student
different.
section. Almost like one of those college-style student sections with the,
the
suits and ties on the Greek clubs. Now 3rd and 6.
The pledges.
The pledges, that's right. Here's Hall going to roll left. Now throwing, and it is caught.
Oh.
And it's a completion for a first down. Nice grab over there for the senior wide receiver, Carter Campbell.
You want to see the definition of a tight window? Watch this throw, because this is almost a pick 6, but it's not. Rolls left again, Brandon. Watch this. Look how close that is. Perfect pass.
Yeah.
Can't cover that much better there.
Mario Manning had good coverage. We're in the red zone, too, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Bulldogs looking at a 1st and goal situation. There's Hall with the handoff up the middle. Norcross was there to meet it defensively. Sias Tompkins, one of the linebackers, one of the first guys in on that stop.
Got to beware of Hall's legs right here on a keeper.
He's already got 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. Walters is the running back behind him. It's Hall who's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. He faked the handoff, took it easily in, leapt across the goal line, and it's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. What a performance thus far for the junior Ryan Hall.
I'm telling you, you got to account for him, especially down here.
I got to tell you, North Gwinnett right now sending a little bit of a message, and perhaps
they've got Norcross off balance. I mean, they're a step behind right now defensively.
So Constantine Dallas going to come in, try the PAT. A make here would give the Bulldogs an 8-point lead. That could factor and matter later on. Kick is away. And it's good. And that is our score. North Gwinnett at home with a region title possibly on the line, looking at an 8-point lead over 8-1, number 6 ranked Norcross. Upset brewing here, and the folks in Swanee love it.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off. Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JATC provides apprentices with free training and careers that are stable and essential to the operation of the modern world. Both craft jobs and management positions offer lucrative pay with benefits as well as the stability of a growing industry. Skilled journeymen in the sheet metal industry are essential to our community now and in the future. Learn more about free technical training with no student debt at our website, careersinsheetmetal.com.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom. It's a very nice day living in the right space. Breathing your grace got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
And we are back, and about 28-20 our score. North Gwinnett with a lead over Norcross here right now. So perhaps a little bit of a surprise for some folks tuning in. Bulldogs.
Man, me included, to be honest with you.
10 plays, 43 yards, 3:49 off the clock. 3rd rushing touchdown of the night for Ryan Hall, the junior quarterback, who's certainly enjoying things right now. And how could you not be? And of course, that brought to you by Breda Pest Management. So Dallas has been a busy man tonight.
I hope he got this guy's going to get an IV and a meal at halftime. It's going to be Ryan Hall and our kicker over there with IVs and a sandwich.
Mulder let the last one go into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see what he tries to do this time. He will return it from inside the 5. He's got a nice return. He's going to try to make the kicker miss.
You ain't getting by 97, man.
Dallas is there to make that tackle right there at midfield.
A great tackle.
A very nice tackle.
And he throws the ball at him, and I don't know if they flagged him. I don't know. The refs, the coaches were talking to him. He's going to take. That's a great kick return. First off,
Rusty's snitching on him for throwing the ball.
He's going to watch this. You don't want a kicker to do you. You're going to take some of the old film session. You see Maloof going, calm down. But a great return. Not needless to say by Mulder, they're explosive. But the kicker tackles you. You don't throw the ball at him. Bottom of the screen, one-on-one.
There's the handoff.
Job there.
Yeah, nothing doing there defensively. North Gwinnett kind of all over that, including Jake Godfrey, by the way, the freshman linebacker, the son of Coach Eric Godfrey.
About that. Already in the Georgia Elite Classic. We'll see him in December. And got a lot of invites going out. I talked to Coach Godfrey today, and from 17, man, he's impressive. Can't wait to have him in Rome. And that 2027 class is pretty deep.
And Khalil Mazzone as well, the sophomore linebacker, kind of a sort of a big part of the future here for North Gwinnett. Two really good linebackers, Mazzone and Godfrey, who I think Coach Godfrey really wants to build on here. That's the keep for Watkins again, and he's just going to take off. And my goodness, the Jets again. He's got his third rushing touchdown of the night from 51 yards. Wow.
I'm telling you, Brandon, he's got an elite gear right here. Look at the separation. See that?
Of course, all of this aided by a gigantic Norcross offensive line opening holes. But you talk about an amazing performance. Watkins, he also has now 3 rushing touchdowns on the evening. Jack Roll going to come into an extra point here, and it's good, and it's 28-27. I mean, this is a slugfest, and both quarterbacks have come to play on the ground with their legs. Folks, I know you will, but stay with us.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes presented by Ingles. I'm Chris Bainbridge, and we're taking a look at some of the best players ever to play high school football in the great state of Georgia. This week, we go to Tyrone and Sandy Creek High School. Calvin Johnson is widely regarded as one of the best wide receivers ever to play the game, and it was evident, even in high school, that his game would take him far. His time as a Patriot would see Johnson net 108 receptions for 2,342 yards and 29 touchdowns. As a collegiate, he became one of the greatest players in Georgia Tech history. And although he rarely played for a winner in the NFL, the Detroit Lions star went to 6 straight Pro Bowls and is now enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes, presented by Ingles.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by Kroger. Boost by Kroger Plus. More savings, more benefits, a new level of membership. Dog Nation. Visit DogNation.com for the latest Georgia team news and recruiting information. Georgia's Rome, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Seatbelts save lives. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you to buckle up before every trip. And by the U.S. Army. Be all you can be.
We are back. 28-27 is our score. North Gwinnett on top of Norcross here. And how about the third rushing touchdown of the night for A.J. Watkins? That's our Breda Pest Management scoring summary. Both of our quarterbacks in this game have accounted for 6 rushing touchdowns, and we've barely started the second quarter.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Norcross's kicker's been putting in some work as well, too.
That's right. One difference, of course, being Norcross will split its reps a little bit.
Kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The 5-yard penalty on 30. Ball will be placed on the 35, first and 10.
So penalty yardage tacked on, and that means North Gwinnett goes back on the offensive again here. So you've got 2 terrific defensive lines, but neither side has really had an answer for running quarterback yet. What do you do to stop it now?
I'm kind of puzzled right now, to be honest with you. When you look at Watkins, it's just explosive. If he gets to second level, it's over. You're going to have to bring a little bit of pressure, but you risk, missing a tackle. You see Norcross. Look at the numbers in the box right there.
Hand off to Walters. He's got a touchdown tonight, too. He gets across the 40-yard line. Traditionally, that's a gain of about 6 that time for Walters.
They're getting blocked up front right now. I think you got to give some credit to some of these offensive lines.
Young offensive line for North Gwinnett, too.
Jeff Carver over there, long-time assistant. He's on the defensive side right now. He can't watch.
Here goes Hall again, this time in the backfield.
Good job there, Carter.
Norcross was true on that one.
18 as well.
Yeah, Ezekiel Theodoris, the linebacker, the junior, one of the guys in on that.
They go into the boundary there. Norcross is ready for that one.
3rd and 5 now coming up. Norcross got body spread all across the place here.
Man-to-man. Single high safety, man-to-man.
Low snap for Hall. Gets away from one pass rusher, finally gets rid of the football, and it's up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted. Antonio Mulder is there to bring it home. Hall put it up for grabs, and Mulder was the one who grabbed it.
Good job there. They went single high safety, man-to-man, and they came after Norcross. They got Hall to flush to his right this time. Just trying to make a play. Floats it a little bit, and Mulder tracks it down for an interception for Norcross.
So is this an adjustment here, Rusty?
You see that blitz from 9? Bring that linebacker. It's a great job.
So
yeah, really it was 2nd and 4.
Yeah.
And you had a negative play on 2nd down, so that put them in behind the chains a little bit and forced them into something they didn't want to do and get an interception out of it.
Biggest play of the defensive side thus far today. Now here comes Watkins trying to come back around the right side, and he just will not go down.
He is strong.
And that long frame when he runs, there's a lot to like about that.
I'm telling you. There's going to be some discussions around some recruiting offices next week. If you have not seen number 1.
How about a Jawan Jennings comparison?
Timeout?
Yeah.
North Gwinnett.
He's long.
Second time out of the half.
I tell you what people love about him is he plays high school quarterback.
Yeah.
He touches the ball.
That's right.
Every single play.
Yeah. Because Jennings is also a high school quarterback too. Yeah. Let's do our team schedule here for Norcross, presented by Personal Touch Lawn Care. And the one I'll point out to you here is the only loss for Norcross this year is to Mill Creek 27-13. But anybody who watches that game will tell you it's a competitive game all the way through. That Norcross really fought and competed with Mill Creek. And we have since then, if we didn't know it already, we have since then learned just how good Mill Creek is.
That's when Josh Lovelady was still trying to find just 11 guys.
He was still trying to.
We're just trying to find
sell
11.
The idea
We're trying to find 11 over here.
Hoping to get 6-4 and maybe have a winning record. That's what he was trying to sell to us back then. Of course, last week against Peachtree Ridge, how about 400 yards to the ground against the Lions team that this year's proven to be really good.
They're doing a great job. That new staff there, Coach Heimer, those guys are doing a tremendous job at Peachtree Ridge. And it's good to have Peachtree Ridge back.
It is.
You know, that's a program that's for a while there was kind of a staple in Gwinnett County and
it's also
great area.
It's also fun too. People may not realize this, but you know, North Gwinnett and Peachtree Ridge, they're probably less than 2 miles from each other. Yeah. Lanier's right here too. I mean, there's such huge populations in these very big schools, and they're all so close to each other. Watkins again, just going to run on the right side, and it's almost like a single wing.
I will tell you, I was about to say that. This is exact offense that Elbert County ran with Miko Hardman at quarterback. It's single wing, basically.
And it's doing two things. A, it's gaining yardage every time, but B, it's also creating, we joked about Norcross scoring quickly earlier, but if you want to keep the North Gwinnett offense off the field, this may be a way to do it. This time it's the hand to Maven.
Yeah, they've done a good job on Maven. That first play for scrimmage, they gave up kind of a chunk play, but Steve Godfrey tracking him down there. The problem really has been, Brendan, they haven't been out of place. They've been out-athleted by Watkins.
That's right.
They've been there. He's just too much for the edge. It can turn the corner on you.
Well, it's also interesting when a mirror image these two teams have been of each other. You know, Watkins and Hall having the nice quarterbacks on the ground. Maven sort of providing that counterpart to Walters in terms of the running back who can be the change in pace too.
All right, so you're gonna definitely got to count for his legs right here. We got Godfrey Spine in the middle.
Yeah, and you've also got Muhammad back in at quarterback. Yeah,
okay. Yep.
This is we actually
timeout. North Gwinnett.
Yep.
So North Gwinnett's going to think about it.
They spotted that.
Yeah, we actually I think expected Muhammad to probably take more snaps at quarterback tonight than he has. By my count, this will be just his second snap at quarterback.
Well, right now anybody that thinks about taking Watkins out is probably not.
That's probably not a great decision.
Not a great decision right there. That's how you get your headphones cut off.
But if
passing down here.
Yeah, if Muhammad does stay in, remember he's thrown a touchdown tonight, and you know we haven't even really seen the element of Watkins where he is the traditional wide receiver, which sometimes he is. So this will be fun coming up on third down here. Both these teams talk about it. We make the comparison sometimes in basketball. You almost wonder, does Norcross stay in the same look now that North Gwinnett's called the timeout?
I think you go with more of a traditional like nickel package. You know that their sevens in at quarterback. Muhammad, you see this, knowing that probably gonna. Some big dudes now. Norcross has got some big.
Oh, their offensive line is large.
That's my kind of group. That's the kind of group I want to go lunch with. That group.
I mean, Eric Godfrey said he thought there's a chance the Norcross offensive line might be better. Might be, not to say better. He said bigger. Might be bigger than Mill Creek.
Yeah. You don't say that much. Look how big they are up front.
Of course, Mill Creek defending 7A state champion. Muhammad does stay in at quarterback. Now he's going to try to run, and North Gwinnett's right there to bring him down. That's a fourth down coming up. And how about the play that time by the terrific junior Cole Funderburg in on the stop. Funderburg's had a phenomenal year.
Yep. Got him in the Georgia League Classic up in Rome in December. Look forward to having him as well.
Funderburg, a 3-star, just a junior. You're talking about 8 offers. Georgia Tech, Georgia Southern, Charlotte. That's going to bring on Jack Roll to punt now. The single safety for North Gwinnett came running up, fearful that perhaps Norcross is going to change his mind, but the punt is away, and it's going to roll into the end zone. So no harm, no foul there if you're North Gwinnett. They get the touchback and the ball coming up. And by the way, speaking of the Georgia Elite Classic, which Rusty's mentioned a couple times here this evening, let's do our 2023 Georgia Elite Classic recruiting report, presented by Dog Nation.
Big group of invites this week. We have the graphic here. You're going to see a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. We watched a lot of tape this week on this group right here, and excited about Jalen Frazier, a guy we've seen a couple of times there. And You look at Ethan Long. We don't take many quarterbacks early, but Dalton certainly has had a big year. You look at him, a chance to watch him.
Yeah, quite a year for the Catamounts for sure.
Yep.
One of the guys we're seeing tonight here is the old Braxton Kyle.
Yep. Look at the freshmen, sophomores. Just a ton of invites going out. Will over the next week as well.
It's a pass caught, but a nice defensive play by Cam Robinson, who's already had a couple of those. The Navy commit coming over to make a quick stop that time for the Blue Devils. We're speaking of Navy tomorrow. The Armed Forces trophy can be sewn away by Air Force. What a season.
I'm telling you now, they may play somebody in the Peach Bowl.
Yes. That could be the highest rated Group 5 team for sure. There goes Hall straight ahead. He's going to go down just past the 30, right at a first down. They're going to give it to him, yeah. So he's going to move the chains again. He's now doing it just like A.J. Watkins is. Just boom, no attempt at diversion whatsoever.
Yeah, quarterback power all the way. Pulled that guard, got him on the second level.
Hall surveying the sideline here for a moment. 3 down linemen for Norcross. It's 4 receivers, 2 bunched on the right, a couple spread out on the left.
5 seconds, you gotta get the snap off.
Norcross got a couple of safeties back. Hall will throw, pass caught, 35-yard line for Eric Ronning. Lowndes on top of Camden County, our Breda Pest Management score ticker.
Offensive coordinator here at North Gwinnett is Todd Faulkner. He is the brother of Buster.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had a chance to meet those guys.
Buster Faulkner's had a great year at Georgia
Buster
Tech.
Faulkner's got Haynes King and that offense pretty dadgum sporty now.
When, as you can see a flag there, Hall draws him offside again. So about 60% of the quarterbacks in college football at the FBS level to begin the year were former transfers.
Yep.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
If you rank them in tiers, I got to think that Haynes King, the former Texas A&M quarterback now at Georgia Tech, has got to be in one of the upper tiers in terms of his overall performance. He's had quite a year for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's getting confident and he's more athletic than people think.
That's exactly right. And with a win tomorrow against Virginia, they're bowl eligible, right?
Correct. Well, you don't think Texas A&M like to have Haynes King right now?
Listen, I think there's a handful of SEC teams.
Yeah.
You think Auburn wouldn't like to have Haynes
my
King?
goodness.
That's going to move the chains again for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
If you want to think about the other game in this region that matters tonight, Peachtree Ridge easy over Duluth here right now. Thomas County Central's terrific year continues. They're on top of Northside 24-3. 4:35, second quarter. Bulldogs have a 1-point lead. A missed PAT is the difference. Both quarterbacks 3 rushing touchdowns. It's been a wild affair for the most part all evening.
One note on the playoffs, we talked about it before. Calhoun not in the playoffs the first time since 1999. And I'm telling you, that region's a gauntlet.
It is.
It's a beat. You get beat up every week.
And we said it coming into the season, and as we pointed out, then a team like Dalton ends up being better than we thought they were going to be.
Hiram's pretty salty.
Yeah, exactly. When we saw Calhoun, the Great Atlanta Bash, that was a team that I didn't even consider them making the playoffs. I thought they were a team that could make a deep run.
Yes.
But the depth of the region just catches up to them. You see a pass caught by Ronning again.
And it comes one more thing on Calhoun. They're up 14-0 on Cartersville at halftime.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And they lose that game within like the last 5 seconds of that game. They lose it, and I mean, next thing you know, you're home.
And it says something about Cartersville as well to have the success they've had this year. You know, you have the one offensive lineman, obviously Tolliver, going to Georgia.
Yep.
But other than that, there aren't like Power 5 guys all over the place for Cartersville this year. It's a young team, a lot of really good high school players. But they've lined up against some terrific future Power 5 guys and had great success in that region. As you see Hall running it again, as he's done so much tonight, inside the 45 and down to about the 44. And that's a new Set of downs coming the way of the Bulldogs again. 3:34 now. Pace has slowed down here a little bit. Both these teams seemingly trying to give their defenses a break.
Let's go counter there, and he keeps it. It's amazing when you watch a college football game and you watch a high school game. The plays are very similar. I mean, there's a little more definition in the route trees and those type of things. But that running game.
Pressure coming from Norcross. Hall hands it to Walters. Good idea, given the way that they were being defended. He gets it down to the 30, and that's 14 more for him.
I tell you, man, I can tell that's their offensive line coach, and I don't know his name. But you can always look at an offensive line coach.
Offensive line coaches always look like offensive
That's an
line
offensive
coaches.
line coach, but he is doing a heck of a job. His kids are playing, and this is one of the youngest. I guarantee you this might be the youngest group in the state in 7A, starting as a unit. Insert a freshman tonight into it, and what they're doing to an extremely talented front 3 and 4 for Norcross right now is kind of very surprising.
Under 3 minutes. Tight end goes in motion. Hall keeps it himself after the faked handoff to Walters, and Norcross is there.
Yep.
Esias Tompkins, one of the linebackers.
Did not
part of a
sit
host
back.
of Blue Devils.
Did not sit back this time. They brought pressure on first down. Showed 3 down linemen. Brought both backers. You see Georgia do that a lot with Jamon Jumas Johnson and Smile Munden. They just did the same thing. Brought both of them.
2nd 14 now after the loss of yardage. 4 receivers, 2 on each side for North Gwinnett. They lead by a point. They need to win by at least 12 in order to win the region. There's the pass to Ronning. Ronning hit right at the completion. Lionel Burns back in the game, by the way, after leaving with an injury earlier. Nice to see him in making a play.
Yeah, they'll be in no hurry right here. In the longest first half in the history of Georgia high school football. It's still got 1:30 to go. It's been exciting, but my goodness. We'll get producer Roddy White and his team just to drive to the next location when this one's over. Just go ahead and get the satellite up.
Years ago, I was doing a North Gwinnett game over at McEachern for what was then known as the Corky Kell Classic. Long, exciting game against McEachern. And the night is Hall's going to throw it for Ronning.
Had it.
He had it, but it's incomplete.
That was the last game of that night. I was there.
Yeah.
That was Jonathan Ledbetter. That was Ledbetter and those guys.
It sure was.
Man, you talking about a late game.
Julian Rochester.
Julian Rochester.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was Tucker. It was
Tucker. This was McEachern in North Gwinnett.
Okay. Yeah. I saw Tucker play a late game over at McEachern one night.
This is probably 2, 3 in the morning that game got ended. Unfortunately, it was a sad night for Taj Griffin, the terrific running back for McEachern. It was
non-contact.
Oregon got injured.
Yep.
One of the best games I'd ever done, though. Probably still is. So you're going to see Constantine Dallas come on and try. How about a 50-yard field goal here for Dallas? In a first half that's had about everything. How about a really long field goal attempt? Going to be short, though. Not able to do that. And so with a minute left, that's going to give decent-ish field position here for Norcross.
I'll tell you what, as long as there's not zeros on that clock, Watkins has got a chance to get the ball in his hands.
Keep in mind, this is not the NFL where you get the ball at the spot of the miss, of course.
His timeout. Tell me he's got.
Talked about this terrific Norcross offensive line a little earlier. They were honored this week as the Georgia High School Football Daily's offensive line of the week after the holes they opened up for just a tremendous rushing performance against Peachtree Ridge last week. Part of the reason why, Norcross was just 8-4 a year ago. They've already won as many games this year as they won all of last year.
And they're young. They're young too.
A minute to go here. Watkins got some yardage, but just stopping him is a win.
They call timeout. I think so.
Are they going to be content to let this one go here?
You know, it's really not in their wheelhouse to a 2-minute offense, probably not.
It's also amazing. Norcross does call timeout. It's also amazing, too.
Timeout, Norcross. First time out of the half.
I'll finish my point about this. Let me first give you a quick word here from our friends at George's Rome. Because George's Rome is inviting you to the Rome International Film Festival. It's November 2nd through the 5th. That's this weekend, of course. The Rome International Film Festival is named one of the 20 festivals worth the entry fee by Movie Maker magazine. You can view regional, national, and international films and participate in film industry workshops. So you can plan your fun and get event details at romeevents.org. That's romeevents.org. Also a QR code you can scan right there.
And I can tell you, I don't know a ton about it, but I'm shocked at the amount of people that come to that, like Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, they've had all kind of people there for that over the years.
I can see you settling and watch a little French foreign language type film, something like that.
Kick back,
I can see you doing that.
Kick back with a little popcorn and DeSoto.
Honestly, I love our time in Rome. Obviously, you live there, but I get a chance to visit there a few times a year, typically speaking, and I always enjoy it. It's a beautiful place.
That's that DeSoto Theater is one of those rare deals.
It's great.
Still on got the ticket booth up front.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
So it's Muhammad back in at quarterback. Let's see if they let him crank it up. Looks like they will. Actually, he's going to throw, and he actually throws to Watkins.
Yep.
So short pass and actually incomplete.
They just run the little crossing route, trying to have what they call a man beater. Both of those, just a crossing route, and try to get him with a head of steam. You're going to see both wide receivers. See one, they're trying to pick. Nobody there was get the rub.
I was going to mention this earlier. You know, it's kind of an amazing reinvention for Norcross this year. This team lost 3 Power 5 wide receivers off last year's team, and you know, they've become a little bit more of a running-oriented team, and obviously leaning a lot on Watkins. It's a thing that talented Georgia high school teams are often asked to do. Hey, reinvent yourself after losing some terrific talented players. That's what they've done. Now it's Watkins running, and Norcross has kind of been all over this one. You sort of presume this may end up being the last play of the half.
See if
does North Gwinnett want to call timeout?
I was wondering if they'll make them punt, because you never know in a special team situation. You know what I mean? Get down to 3 or 4 seconds, call timeout, make them punt at least.
Godfrey is going out near midfield. He may be waiting to sort of stop it on like that last play type situation. Or actually the whole team's just leaving.
Yeah, they're going to go to the locker room that way.
Yeah, they're going to be content to let the first half come to an end. And what a first half it was. 28-27. North Gwinnett has the lead. It's going to be an incredibly fun second half. But we got big-time halftime festivities before we get there for that. So stay with us here tonight on the Peachtree Sports Network. We're glad to have you with us on the final night of the regular season, the drive to the GHSA state title.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
My marriage kind of took a different path. He told me he was not moving back into the home. My biggest fear was the unknown. What would happen with the children and myself? What would happen with the house? I found Meriwether and Tharp. They told me that they would walk me through this divorce, and they did that tenfold. You need an attorney. You need the best attorney, and that's going to be Meriwether and Tharp.
I've used R.S. Andrews 15 years, purchased 2 heating and air systems, so I rely on their technicians for service. I call, they come, it's fixed. And I appreciate Andrew's commitment. He gives it his all. That's how R.S. Andrews makes me smile.
Yikey wawa! Running out of hot water is one way your water heater cries out for help. Call R.S. Andrews. Get a water heater rejuvenation. Your water heater gets added life, you get more hot water. Another way R.S. Andrews makes you smile today.
And welcome to the Halftime Show, brought to you by Sports Turf. I am Kaylee Mansell with our Kroger halftime guest, the athletic director and assistant principal here at North Gwinnett High School, Dr. Matt Ciampito. You go get Eric Godfrey from Parkview. He's in his first year here. He's done wonders with this program. Why was he the guy?
Yeah, obviously it was a really big hire for us when Bill left and went to Georgia Tech. So you're looking for a really good fit, somebody that can, work with our kids and keep doing what we've been doing. And, as an athletic director, you see a lot of good coaches out there, and you look around and think about, who you would want if something did happen like that. And Coach Godfrey was always somebody I thought would just be a perfect fit here for us. And he's been nothing but that so far.
And before the game, one of the senior football players was honored with a scholarship in honor of a former student. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, Chris Miles is a kid that played here and unfortunately had a battle with cancer and passed. And his parents and his friends have really started that scholarship and really, kept kept him alive here at North Gwinnett. And every year we give a scholarship to a well-deserved one of our football players. So yeah, we're super happy that they've kept that going for us, and it's been great.
Well, in addition to that, it's also senior night here. Yep. You've been at North Gwinnett for 8 years now. From an AD and VP perspective, what's it like watching these students come in as naive freshmen and leave as seniors?
Yeah, it's really interesting coming from being a coach, and then you see it on a little broader picture. You see all of the programs, and so you go to all the senior nights and you see the seniors, and you do remember the coaches talking about them coming up as ninth graders or coming to our camps and things like that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So I have to admit, I did do a little bit of creeping on your LinkedIn profile. And one thing that really stood out to me is very fascinating. You were an associate scout for the St. Louis Cardinals at one point. Can you tell me more about that experience?
Yeah, so back in the day, right?
Yeah.
I came up being a baseball coach. I've had some great opportunities and met some great people. I worked with USA Baseball for about 7 years and met a guy named Charles Peterson there who was a scout with the Cardinals. So when I got out of baseball, for those 2 or 3 years, I was really trying to fill that gap. And so trying to hold on to baseball, he called and asked if I would help him out and be an associate scout. So did that for about 3 years.
Wow. Well, Dr. Ciampito, thank you for allowing us to be here, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it.
Yep, guys, make sure to stay right where you are. We've got more coming up right after the break.
At Ingles, we are proud to introduce our all-new curbside service. Just visit shop.ingles-markets.com or download the app to order, and our friendly staff will bring your groceries right to your car and have you ready to go in no time. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Now get any size frozen drink for $1.79 or get an ice-cold classic lemonade made with real lemon juice. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Our excellence is shining, yet so many of us are dying. Colon cancer is silently killing our people, our friends, and family. So screen we must. We do this for all of us, from every corner, doorstep, and pulpit, period. The health revolution must begin. From diagnosis to death rates, colon cancer can no longer win. Ravaging Black communities, colon screenings are a must. They're recommended for those 45 and up to pinpoint and treat the signs. If detected early, colon cancer is treatable, 91% beatable. It's on us to understand symptoms and lower the risk. Join our team and get screened. It's time to take our bodies back. It's time to get healthy. It's time to stand up to cancer once and for all.
Welcome to today's episode of Talking Trades. I'm Ashley Rose. Today we're joined by Terry Newsom of the UA Local Union 72 plumbers, pipe fitters, HVACR technicians. Terry, explain a little bit about what all of that entails.
Well, we actually cover the plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and the HVAC service techs. We have about 3,500 members total. We've been in business or chartered back in 1891, so wow. This year 132 years.
Wow.
So
that's amazing. And when you're looking for people to add every single year, what type of worker, what type of personality traits, characteristics are you looking for?
Somebody that just wants to work and work hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, show up every day.
Most important.
That's right. That's right.
Now, what type of jobs do you work on?
Hospitals, data centers, office buildings, pretty much everything out there. We don't really cover the residential side much, but pretty much anything up in the commercial world. So.
And how long have you been in the trades?
I've been in for 30 years.
Wow.
So
over your 30 years looking back, what's been probably the most impactful or most interesting project you've been on?
Probably the one that actually was out of state, out in Pryor, Oklahoma. So.
And what was that for?
That was for Google.
Okay.
That one there was a data center. So.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
And talk a little bit about the benefits that one gets when they join the trades.
Benefits are great. You get your health care paid by the contractor. For every hour you work, it's paid by the contractor. You get a pension. So, once again, paid by the contractor, just for working. So.
And now a lot of people who are watching this program, they're in high school. So they're making the decision, do I go to college, do I go into the trades? What's one piece of advice, looking back over your 30 years, you'd give to your younger self saying this is the right decision?
It's the right decision because it's no debt, zero student debt. So you learn a skill, and nobody can take that skill away from you. It's yours forever.
Wow. So for these kids that want to find out more, where can they go to find out more?
They go to uh72.org, or you can call the office at 404-373-5778.
Terry, thanks so much for joining us today. That will do it for this episode of Talking Trades, but don't worry, because we'll be back next week.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision, our team brings it to life.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting six figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back, we're gonna do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover.
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
To challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools.
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
And welcome back to the Halftime Show, brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Score Atlanta reporter Craig Sager. Craig, we really have a game on our hands here. That first quarter, super high pace, set the tone for both teams. They've really been successful in the run game. What are your takeaways from the first half?
I think with Norcross, that was the first time they punted in like 2 games. Both offenses are so red hot. I think the quarterbacks are adding a special dynamic just with their ability to run. You got A.J. Watkins in the open field, and then Ryan Hall's been really effective in the red zone. The offense is just clicking on all cylinders, so it's going to be an exciting second half for sure.
And I think a lot of the reason that we're seeing such success from both teams in this game is because both teams are really well coached. You've got Keith Maloof on one hand, who's the winningest coach in Gwinnett County. Eric Godfrey on the other hand, he's an up-and-comer, has run 2 successful programs. Talk about the coaching battle and how that's going to have an outcome in the game.
Yeah, I think we saw it in the first quarter. North Gwinnett faced a key 4th down. They go to the timeout, and they came out of the huddle so quickly, caught Norcross off guard, and then they really came out aggressive. So I couldn't agree more. Both teams just not mid-season for them. They look like they're ready for the playoffs.
We have a nail-biter here tonight, but there's also a lot of great games going on across the state as tonight marks the end of the regular season. So let's take a look at our scoreboard, brought to you by Score Atlanta, starting with our 7A classification. Peachtree Ridge, impressive all year. They are shutting out Duluth in the third quarter, 35-0. What do you see, Craig?
Well, Peachtree Ridge, if they hold on and win that one, and then North Gwinnett wins tonight, we're going to have a three-way tie with Norcross and those two. So that's really exciting. And then Roswell, big win. You have Blessed Trinity, a big win also. So Roswell's got the 1 seed, Blessed Trinity the 2, and Alpharetta is going to get the 3 if those hold.
Yeah, a lot of decisive games out here tonight within the state, deciding where everybody's going to end up standing. Some teams already in those places. A lot of the games, these will determine where they fall. Walton over Wheeler in the fourth quarter right now, 35-16. Walton will lock in at that number 1 spot.
That's right, 10-0. If they hold on, Wheeler would go down to the number 3 seed if North Cobb beats Osborne. And then the big one to watch, you got the South Gwinnett team that's leading Brookwood. If they hold on and then Archer beats Newton, Newton is out of the playoffs and South Gwinnett's going to get that 4 seed. It would be pretty crazy. And I think that Archer-Newton game is currently tied at 14-all.
And moving on, Lowndes over Camden County, 20-14 in the third quarter. Lowndes making a big push in hopes of making the state playoff this year. Could go either way for them depending on the outcome of this game. And Newton and Archer, you just talked about it, down at the bottom, all tied up in the third quarter. That is a massive game for this region.
For sure, and Colquitt did beat Richmond Hill, so this is a chance for Lowndes to get into the playoffs. And then Effingham County has a chance to close out that region title, and then Brunswick previously lost to Glen Academy, so they would fall to the number 3 seed, a really great Brunswick team.
And looking at our last page of scores here, got some of our smaller classification schools still on the board. Whitfield Academy absolutely dominating Mount Pisgah, 50-0. That is the final score. And then moving on, what we thought was going to be a way better game, Darlington and Tryon. Tryon is putting up big numbers on the Darlington Tigers, 29-7 in the third.
Yeah, that'd be a really big region title for them.
Yep.
They're actually the smallest school in that Class A Division I, and I thought last year they had a team that could have made a run to the state title, but that's a big result right there.
And that is our scoreboard, brought to you by Score Atlanta. Make sure to tune in for the post-game show because we're going to break down all classifications, where everybody ended up, giving you all the information that you need. But the second half is coming up, so make sure to stay tuned.
This is so beautiful. I don't know how you do it. We just got this pie from Ingles.
We manage.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ingles.
Hi, I'm Chris with MaximumCashHomebuyers.com. Skip the baloney and the headache of realtors, showings, inspections, and repairs. Sell fast and easy to someone you trust. Inherited a home? I got you. Vacant house? I'll buy it. Home that needs work? Even better. No inspections, no fees, no gotchas, and no empty promises. If you need a stress-free guaranteed cash offer, I'm your guy. Let me prove to you why I'm Atlanta's most trusted cash home buyer. Call 678-905-9000. That's 678-905-9000.
Mo. This Movember, the moustache is calling once more. Raise funds, save lives. Sign up at Movember.com.
Oh my gosh!
World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Here's to the legends who paved the way for the stars of today. Because when you celebrate the past, you embrace the future. Origin Sports, run it back.
Peachtree Sports Network, your home for the Georgia Swarm.
Welcome back, everybody. You see our halftime score. It's North Gwinnett 28-27 on top of Norcross here. What was an explosive first half on both sides. Both quarterbacks, A.J. Watkins for Norcross, 3 rushing touchdowns. On the flip side of that, for North Gwinnett, Ryan Hall had 3 rushing touchdowns there as well. And Rusty, I know we don't have the graphic here, but it looks like you got a couple stats.
Yeah, I got a couple stats that stand out to me. North Gwinnett with 14 first downs, Norcross with 4. That tells you how explosive. And look, both teams 105 yards passing each. Total yards, Norcross 320, North Gwinnett 237. Brandon, you have 320 total yards, but you have 4 first downs. It tells you some things are going to distance.
You're scoring plenty of points there. Let's see our halftime highlights here presented by Ford, and you'll get an idea of exactly how some of this came to be, including that was one of the rare appearances in the game.
Play.
Yeah, for Dylan Muhammad at quarterback, striking to Jomari Harold, and Norcross would be on the board. But then it was the Ryan Hall show. The first there of one of 3 rushing touchdowns for him, but not to be done. How about A.J. Watkins?
He gets 5th year, and it's house.
Ryan
Hall answers again.
Come back again. A lot of his running on the left side, as Rusty pointed out. And then Watkins would get into the throw game there too. He also connected with Harold.
You see another Watkins got smooth. It's just gone, man. I don't know what they describe it.
And then for North Gwinnett on the ground, a rushing touchdown there for Julian Walters. He had a nice first half. Then Wall makes a beautiful throw to Carter Campbell.
They scored 2 plays later. That was a 3rd down conversion, and then Watkins, not to be outdone, gets his 3rd touchdown of the first half as well.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, folks, it was that kind of first half. Explosive plays, a lot of exciting moments, and setting it itself up here for a terrific second half there as well. And so we're going to see 3rd quarter action coming up in a moment. But before we do that, let's pause and enjoy the marching band here, presented by Merriweather and Thought.
Man, you know how to do this? Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with the advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Planting season is here, and it's time to get your yard looking its best. So treat your yard to the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Mowing, maintenance, design, and construction. Personal Touch Lawn Care does it all.
If my yard is taken care of, it's one thing off my list that I don't have to worry about.
Sign up now for monthly maintenance and get the 12th month free.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238 or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
The drive for the GHSA state title is presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today.
We are back here, and we got some mic issues, I think, for Brandon, but welcome back. And North Gwinnett band, good job there, presented by Merriweather and Thorpe. Can't even imagine what goes into a practice to be able to do all those things, but I believe Brandon's going to be back here. We'll get ready to start this second half.
You got me now?
You're in, man.
There you go. I apologize
You can't
for
go
that.
to the bullpen this early now.
I apologize
We got a
for
long
that.
second half here.
I'm not quite sure what happened there on that, but glad to know we're all working here again. And a wonderful performance there by the marching band, as I mentioned. But the Succession theme from HBO kind of mixed into the halftime special, that's kind of a nice thing to see there. And we're looking forward to a fun third quarter here coming up. Obviously, a region championship at stake. Norcross, it's simple for them. If they win the region, they are the region champion. They can actually still win the region even in a loss as long as they lose by 11 or fewer points.
Let me ask you a question, Brandon. We talked about this earlier. If you're North Gwinnett and you're up, say 8 with 2 minutes to go, are you trying to score?
You know, I guess you probably are, right? I mean, you have to think about that. That's just,
that had to be a discussion. You don't want to, but that has to be a discussion at halftime. How are we going to handle an 8-point, a 9-point lead?
Yeah, because one thing there, and
are you going to treat that as being behind?
Yeah, folks understand though. You know, obviously the scoring margin is capped at 13, right? So, you know, if you're in a situation like tonight, Peachy Ridge playing Duluth, you know, they don't benefit from beating Duluth 70-0. The scoring advantage there is capped at 13. I think one of the things for us to investigate here is how it also works out with North Gwinnett, who's kind of right now sort of sliding in that 3 spot. You know, does a narrow loss give them a chance to move up number 2? That's one of the things that, because obviously that's the difference in a home game and a road game in round 1. So, but it is kind of the interesting strategy that you do think about here right now.
So they were telling me they felt like if they finished 3rd, they would be at West Forsyth. And if they finished 2nd, they would host Denmark. We didn't really get in all the discussions because they do the tiebreaker and that type of thing. So it's just a lot going on here. This kind of unique situation. We don't get that situation as much where you have to win by a certain amount of points.
And if you're Norcross here, knowing that you don't have to win the game, perhaps, now you've got to be careful about not getting too large of a deficit, but you necessarily don't have to win the game. Does that change how you approach this in the final second half here?
Yeah, would for me. I mean, it's going to depend on that last 8 or 9 minutes to me, how that goes.
Because the weird thing is that, you know, like a 12-point margin is, it's one of those things where, like, okay, you're down by a touchdown, but if the ball bounces funny, that becomes 2 touchdowns quick.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So
his mouthpiece is on top of his helmet.
How about that?
Yeah, so, yeah, it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Nonetheless, we've got a great second half just now starting. I was showing you, you know, as we went through social media there, most of the games we looked at was kind of done around state.
Yeah,
we were early into halftime.
We're just going into half here. Elijah Fry going to get it started here for Norcross, going to kick it away. And we're underway here, third quarter action. Bulldogs return man. Not going to get back to the 20-yard line there.
18.
That was Campbell on the return. Or I should say C.J. Hollingquist on the return.
18 on the tackle for Norcross.
Yeah, Ezekiel Theodoris, the linebacker by trade on defense, but a nice special teams play there for him. We'll bring back Ryan Hall in this Bulldogs offense. If you're just joining us, Ryan Hall, 3 first half rushing touchdowns, only matching the figure that A.J. Watkins put up on the Norcross side. Blue Devils sent a bunch of guys to the line of scrimmage. They're clearly on guard for everything here right now, and it's a Julian Walters handoff on first down instead.
They continue to kind of stack the box a little bit, but that didn't really affect North Gwinnett in the first half. They got bodies on body, and Hall was able to hurt him with his legs.
Got a couple there on first down. That makes it 2nd and 8. There's 2 receivers off on the right side, lone man on the left side of the formation. There's a deep safety for Norcross. Just 3 down linemen for the Blue Devils. Hall going to throw got a guy sideline. A little too much contact there. Cam Robinson bumped him. Bookman was the intended receiver, and a little too much contact from Robinson there prior to that.
Did not give the receiver a chance to come back to the ball.
Defensive pass interference.
The ball floated a little bit on Hall, but the receiver noticed that, and he was trying to get back, and Robinson didn't let him, so that was an easy call. Watch the ball float a little bit and see it short. Watch him have to come back right here, unable to come back.
Is it harder to throw that pass on a cold night?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Especially just coming out of the half.
You got Newton and Archer tied up at 14 here right now. Brady pass management score ticker. South Gwinnett, who won last week, trying to win again with Brookwood here right now. They got the lead. Here's Walters. He gets up to the 45-yard line. Going to be right there at a first down and more.
Tell you what, Brandon, they are running against a 7-man box, and that's very good news for North Gwinnett.
Grayson looking at a lead right now over Parkview. That would win the region tonight for Grayson with a win, right?
Would win the region, yep. That very well, Brandon, a couple of things go this way. That would mean Parkview at Valdosta next week.
Unbelievable. Hall faked the handout. Now he's going to look, play action, middle of the field, and could not quite connect with his intended receiver. Carter Campbell was there, but just not quite able to haul it in.
Oh, man, they had a deep crossing route. He got in behind the Norcross secondary, and Hall just could not connect.
It's well designed and well set up.
Yep. A little play action. There's that ball. Man. That's a play that you've seen in the first half. It was open. You come to it early in the second half, just unable to hit on it.
Going to run the reverse here. They're going to try to set up a Philly special type thing. Hall was the intended receiver, and it's intercepted. Unbelievable turn of events here. Norcross is there to pick it off, and it's Lionel Burns on the interception. North Gwinnett tried the trick play, and Norcross snuffed it out.
Man. Really want your wide receiver just to kind of eat that one there. And he lets this ball float, and Norcross, you see him right there, it's covered up, still tries to throw it, ball sails on him inside.
Yeah, it's Samford Holcomb who threw the pass. The handoff went to Walters. Walters pitched to Holcomb. Holcomb was trying to throw it to Hall. Hall does have a catch this year. And now Norcross, good field position after their second forced turnover of the night. Here is A.J. Watkins, and this time North Gwinnett's all over it, and the football may have come free. Bulldogs think they have it.
They'll talk about it.
And they do. Wow. North Gwinnett forces a turnover. Back-to-back turnovers here to begin the third quarter. Looks like Godfrey, the coach's son, may have been the one to come up with that. Let's watch it again here.
May have been. Yeah, he strips it and gets it back, I believe.
Jaden Benson looked like he might have been on that too, but yeah, Godfrey got in there and made a nice play. Yeah, big time play there.
Back-to-back turnovers.
Back-to-back turnovers, and a game of wild swings and momentum continues again. Here's the handoff to Walters. Walters gets up to the 45.
And here's I didn't want to really say that, but let's get back to running the football. You gain 7 or 8 yards on first down. You miss a wide open wide receiver, okay, but next play you come back with that Philly special, you turn it over. We're running the ball against a 6 and 7 man box right here at North Gwinnett. I expect a heavy dose of number 2 and Ryan Hall with his legs right now.
Got 7 that time, makes it 2nd and 3. Tight formation here for North Gwinnett.
8 in the box, see that?
That's the handoff to Walters. He'll run the left side where you had the extra blocker.
Yep.
He's going to be right there at a first down, I think.
Yeah, the way the spot is. Yeah, they're moving the chain.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Yeah,
Brandon, that's an 8-man box.
Yeah, the North Gwinnett offensive line more than holding up right now against what is a very good defensive front for Norcross.
They are manning up the North Gwinnett wide receivers, and they're trying to stack the box. Single high safety, man-to-man, and they're trying to stop the run.
Yeah, they're packed in there. We're playing this one in the phone booth here right now. It's Hall keeping it himself. Got to, I think, the 50. So a couple that time on first down. Seems like both these coaching staffs, after a wild first quarter that took about a month and a half to play, both coaching staffs content to try to be a little bit more deliberate since then. Would you say so?
Got to, yeah.
Milton on top of Lambert right now. Brady pass management score ticker. Peachtree Ridge, no problem with Duluth. So Peachtree Ridge head-to-head against North Gwinnett as it stands right now. It looks like Peachtree Ridge could be well in line to be the 2 seed. Norcross coming in. They're going to get Hall.
You're going to watch both of these linebackers do this crisscross blitz. And this is what we talk about. You see Georgia do every single weekend. They're going to bring 2 backers. They're going to crisscross, and one's going to get through unblocked. Watch both of the backers right here. See that? 1 gap, 2 gaps. There comes 9. He's unblocked.
Yeah.
Rest of the guys get to it.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see some defensive adjustments out of Norcross.
Sias Thompson, first guy through. Carter Lucky, the sophomore, the brother of Lawson Lucky at Georgia, of course, part of the Lucky heritage there at UGA too.
They were showing a little blitz there by the outside backers. See if North Gwinnett changes the play. 3-by-1 set. He's going to move him over there to help with the blitz. Maybe Ryan Hall. They're going to call timeout here.
Game
nope.
On the offense.
Get it.
5-yard penalty remains.
So they showed blitz, and it caused North Gwinnett to look to the sideline to see what we wanted to do.
So the halftime adjustments here have been on the defensive side of the ball, it would seem, from both sides.
Yes, Norcross is showing me a heavier box and blitzing. We're not going to sit back and let this guy get comfortable and beat us with his legs. They're doing a number. So how do you combat that? You got to throw the ball. You got to win some, out on the edge. Now you got a 3rd and 22.
Yeah, you're looking at it right here. Hall going to just dump it off. The pass caught by Ronning. Ronning's looking for a block, and he gets down the sideline. He's going to still be short of the first down.
But it's going to be much more manageable, Brandon.
But it's closer than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, my goodness. 3rd and 22. They're just trying to get anything.
What's it going to be, about 2 yards short, Rusty?
Yeah,
is that about right?
Yeah, I'm going for this. And what they've done here so far in this situation, I believe it's going to be right at 3,
Right
maybe?
at 3,
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Line to make is the 42. Ball going to sit
Norcross
kind of just inside the 45 here. So let's say about 2.5 here to convert this.
Look at the numbers in the
They're
box.
going to do it. Hand to Walters. Walters moves the chains for the Bulldogs. How about that turn of events? The Ronning, like you said, they were just trying to get whatever they could.
Yes.
And Ronning found a seam on the outside. And look at the offensive line. They are loving it right now.
We got 5 down for Norcross.
Okay, you got an injury situation. That's an important one, too. That's Jackson Bussey, the defensive end committed to Appalachian State. So that's a key part of this Norcross defensive line. So we will take a quick timeout, and we'll come back and hopefully give you an update on Bussey here as a really good football game continues.
This is so beautiful. I don't know how you do it. We just got this pipe from Ingles.
Well,
All right, move it or lose it, people. Get the cranberry sauce.
you manage.
Happy Thanksgiving from Ingles.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Now get any size frozen drink for $1.79 or get an ice-cold classic lemonade made with real lemon juice. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, I'm Chris with MaximumCashHomebuyers.com. Skip the baloney and the headache of realtors, showings, inspections, and repairs. Sell fast and easy to someone you trust. Inherited a home? I got you. Vacant house? I'll buy it. Home that needs work? Even better. No inspections, no fees, no gotchas, and no empty promises. If you need a stress-free guaranteed cash offer, I'm your guy. Let me prove to you why I'm Atlanta's most trusted cash home buyer. Call 678-905-9000. That's 678-905-9000.
In the world of football, every play can change the course of a game. In the legal arena, you need a team that's ready to tackle the toughest opponents.
When it comes to the game, you got to hit hard, never back down. And that's exactly the mentality you need when it comes to your legal battles.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by the Mechanical Trades Institute, the best kept secret everyone should know about. Smart Local 85, sheet metal is a smart move. Gatorade, fuel tomorrow. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association, careersinsheetmetal.com, building a solid future. The Atlanta Falcons, rise up dirty birds. And by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, together we can make a difference.
And we are back, and I can give you some good news on Jackson Bussey, the terrific defensive end from Norcross. He did leave the field on his own power, so hopefully he's going to be okay. Low snap there to Hall on first down. Handoff to Walters. He's driven off out of bounds over there. There's Asias Tompkins on the stop. Second down now coming up for North Gwinnett.
I think obviously both teams have settled in a little bit, but North Gwinnett has got to be ecstatic about their run game and how their offensive line is playing right now.
Three receivers, tight end, I should say three receivers left. I mean to say tight end came back in motion. And there's Walters again. Walters takes a big hit there at the 30-yard line.
I'm going to tell you what I like about that run, Brandon. He didn't bounce left. He finished looking for that chain, and he moved it. You want to watch somebody finish behind their pads? Watch the end of this run if we have this. He sticks his face up in there and gets the chains. Watch the very end. He has a chance to bounce left at the very end, but watch him lower his shoulder and finish it off. See that? Bam. Just go straight ahead, get the first down.
Great job. Mulder there at the end. First down now for North Gwinnett. Hall going to keep it himself. He'll bounce left side.
Pick up about 4.
Yeah.
He's quick too, man.
Yeah, if you talk to Eric Godfrey long enough, he'll really make the case.
He told us our very first meeting with him.
If you can get the long sleeves on it's probably our coolest night of the year. 3 receivers here on the right side.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
So when you see the 3 receivers there on the right now, a lot of times in our games, that's a tip off to a run on the right side. Is that what you think that was going to be?
Or a quick screen because you got 2 blockers out there. So you're looking quick screen. But normally with them, they're trying to spread them out. See how man-to-man, see how they're stacked? See the guy in motion there, 10? That kind of tips you off what's going on there. They go counter away from the motion.
And how about this? Walters again.
He takes a lick at the end.
He took a hit for his trouble there on that.
They go 3 by 1. They go motion, recognize it's man-to-man, and they go counter away from it. And right now, this North Gwinnett offensive line is just moving Norcross defenders.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right about this. In a lot of ways, they've really been the story of the night tonight.
Definitely, so far.
So first and 10, 5:30 to go. 3 receivers left side now. Handoff, actually it's kept by Hall. Hall fakes the handoff, then tries the left side, going to go out of bounds over there near the 6-yard line. Antonio Mulder, one of the guys there to bring him out of bounds.
Norcross has got to be thinking, what can we do to stop this guy? I mean, you have the play kind of bottled up, and he breaks contain. What are you, 2nd and 3 now? He picks up 7 yards.
And it doesn't seem particularly elaborate. I don't say that in a negative way.
No.
Hall, hand, Walters. Walters driven back that time.
Yes. And you don't see a ton.
Andre Thompson, the linebacker, one of the guys in that time.
You don't see a ton of 9-man boxes, but I just saw one. They manned up the 2 wide receivers, one at the top and one at the bottom.
So a score here would be big.
For a lot of purposes.
Yeah, it gets North Gwinnett into a little bit more of a shouting distance of what might be the kind of point differential they need to win this region. Hall going to throw to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Nicholas Bookman and the Bulldogs extend the lead.
Wouldn't call this a pick route. I call this kind of close rubbing, if you want to call it that way. But you're going to see number 7, Eric Ronning. Watch the outside receiver come in. We don't have that view, but you're going to see 7 come in just enough to create that separation from that Norcross defender. Touchdown. Great call. Great throw.
It's a
great
quick
execution.
snap by North Gwinnett here, back to live action. And they're going to take it in for a 2-point conversion.
And don't tell me they're not don't understand points.
And now they're looking at a 9-point lead.
So what does that do with a field goal, Brandon?
Field goal now puts them at the deficit that in a tiebreaker situation
if the
game were to end that way.
Yep.
And you see the quick snap here. Just,
oh, man.
How about that?
I mean, Norcross sleeping.
Did indeed, and the Bulldogs have a lead. So we got some exciting scenarios playing out here. We'll tell you more about it here coming up. But for now, North Gwinnett at home with a lead over number 6 Norcross. We'll be right back.
What's so great about being a Kroger Boost member? Free delivery on the Kroger products you love, and more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership, starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Learn more at Kroger.com today.
Are you ready to serve and protect the citizens of Gwinnett County? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office offers a range of career paths, starting from entry-level jailer to jailer officer lieutenant. Take advantage of our sign-on bonus up to $4,700 and become a guardian of your community today. Explore the possibilities for a brighter future by visiting gogcso.com and pave the way for your career advancement. Go GCSO.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. See how available features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist make backing up as easy as turning a knob. Watch as Pro Power on board lights up the night. And Ford Blue Cruise makes driving even more fun.
Now we're cruising.
Now get select Ford F-150 trucks with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus get up to $1,500 cash back with your trade-in, only at your local Ford dealer.
And we are back, everybody. North Gwinnett leading right now over Norcross, 36-27. So Bulldogs have a chance to win this region here tonight in 7A. They need a few more points to be able to do it. And all of this based on kind of tiebreaker stuff where Peachtree Ridge beat North Gwinnett, but North Gwinnett could then go out and beat Norcross.
I kind of thought this is that region you beat at Waffle House on Saturday mornings and you coin flip. You know what I mean? It's been done.
that was there to break that up.
Yeah, they went tight formation. See how they're double tights and that's just an RPO. That little slant in behind it.
That's second down now. And in motion. Going to keep it on that mesh play again. And here goes A.J. Watkins again. Still on his feet. Did he stay in bounds? If he did, he's inside the 35-yard line.
And that's what he does. You feel like you got all the momentum. You have a great first down play, almost get an interception, and the next play, he gets you for about 45. Great mesh right there. Look at the speed in that gap.
I mean, this game is far from decided. You almost wonder if you do the rare thing in this game where, like, you have both quarterbacks. You know, both guys have just played at such an amazing level here tonight. Watkins again, just simple. Penalty there, and you see the road crew jackets coming back out again, the neon. We saw that a lot last year. We haven't seen as many of the student sections doing that.
We're trying to spice things up. We've seen America Night and those types of things.
That's right. I also saw some students wrapped up in blankets right there.
Yeah.
Some of the Norcross students who made the trip over look cold. It's Muhammad back in at quarterback. Muhammad was also looking to run, but he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, big
Braxton Kyle, one of the first guys in on that.
He got a big 55 right there. He gets in, just kind of blows that play up. The rest of his guys are there. You see 54 as well. Big London Seymour.
Richard Seymour's son.
That's crazy.
I actually saw Richard Seymour a little earlier tonight.
I mean, Kyle fights off a double team.
Yeah.
Gets upfield. Young man we just invited tonight to Georgia Elite Class. I look forward to having him in Rome.
Yeah, Eric Godfrey loves his defensive line with good reason. Officials having a little bit of a sidebar. We'll find out what this is about.
If I'm Norcross.
After the play, personal foul on the offense, 15-yard penalty. It'll be second down.
That's a bad
So that's
penalty.
an after the play, so that's going to be like true extracurricular type stuff, right?
Yep.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. See if we see anything.
Is that a case
That might
of
have been the second man.
I started to say it's the old school thing of the second guy
person.
gets caught because
Yep.
what you had there was Cole Hillsmeyer, the center, trying to protect his quarterback, who he felt like a defender had kind of fallen on. So Hillsmeyer tried to protect his quarterback, and he's the one that got caught.
Let's see if they get number 11 involved here.
So it's way back here on second down. Muhammad's going to throw. He's got a guy. Oh, incomplete. Alex Garnett had it go through his hands.
And that may not have been only a first down, Brandon. That may have been a touchdown.
So it was Muhammad in at quarterback, the guy that sometimes they'll use for some of the big throwing plays or when they want to get Watkins involved in a different way. Make that our Gordo's cheese dip cheesy play of the game.
Just runs right by the defender. Man, look at that. That's easily a first down.
Boy.
That's a tough one. Look.
You know he wants to have that back because he had a step.
Goodness.
Good job for him for getting open. He had a step, but just could not hold on. So now you're looking at third down and third and forever here.
Timeout. That Jimmy guy's on the field. just kind of coming apart right now for Norcross.
Timeout Norcross. First time out of the half.
Had too many guys on the field. 15. I'm not sure he was supposed to be in that package. Garnett already upset. You see the coach talking to him. You got to put that play behind you, go to the next one.
While we have a moment with the timeout, let's remind you about Breda Pass Management because, hey, in Georgia, you should be aware of this. We got flying squirrels here. They're called southern flying squirrels. And when critters like that get into your attics, I don't like critics either, to be honest with you, but critters.
Or flying squirrels.
Yeah, or flying squirrels. I definitely don't like those. The point is when you got that kind of stuff going on, you don't want to go up there yourself and get that. You want our folks at Breda Pest Management to do that for you because when you hear that scratching in the attic, don't draw straws. Call Breda Pest Management. You can find out more online, bredapest.com. That's BREDA, bredapest.com for more on that. Yeah, I don't want any flying squirrels. But you know, this is the time of year when it's cold, those flying squirrels and really rodents of any kind, they go inside because they want to get warm. It's not a pleasant thought.
It won't mess my sleep up next week, Brandon.
You hear something scratching, I'm just telling you right now. It's not going to be good. And up there in northwest Georgia, I know you got those up there.
A little bigger up there, aren't they?
Probably so.
Some mountain squirrels. This has gotten sloppy real quick.
Part of the snap. Encroachment on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It'll be third down.
Did he call encroachment on the offense?
I believe that may have been what he said, yeah. Which is a little bit of a different type of description than we would normally hear. Now you're looking at third and just about 40. My gosh. Muhammad's still in quarterback, going to crank it up into double coverage. Garnett was his intended target again. This time it was more about just good coverage. Chandler Jordan, one of the guys in on the coverage that time. Malachi Whedon looked like he was in there as well, one of the junior defensive backs. So now it's fourth down. Now, let's say this. We've been talking before about North Gwinnett's chance to win the region, requiring a 12-point lead. It is now a very real conversation.
You got to play like you're behind.
Yeah, it is now a very real conversation. If they've got the opportunity to get the margin they need, it is a short punt. Short punt bouncing right there at midfield. Everybody in red going to get away from it. Let that thing roll dead here at the 45. And the Bulldogs have it with 2:41 to go in the third quarter of play. And number 6, Norcross right now, really not having much of anything going its way. Bulldogs feeling good here at home. We got a fun game going here right now. Glad to have you with us on the Peachtree Sports Network.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Our excellence is shining, yet so many of us are dying. Colon cancer is silently killing our people, our friends, and family. So screen we must. We do this for all of us, from every corner, doorstep, and pulpit, period. The health revolution must begin. From diagnosis to death rates, colon cancer can no longer win. Ravaging Black communities, colon screenings are a must. They're recommended for those 45 and up to pinpoint and treat the signs. If detected early, colon cancer is treatable, 91% beatable. It's on us to understand symptoms and lower the risk. Join our team and get screened. It's time to take our bodies back. It's time to get healthy. It's time to stand up to cancer once and for all.
All right, welcome back, everybody. 36-27. North Gwinnett has the lead and the football. Needing a few more points here because of a tiebreaker situation. This is how it works in Georgia high school football, that already secured for a spot in the postseason, but can win a region here if it wins this game by 12 or more points coming up.
And the tiebreaker is region specific. So some do coin toss, some do, different ways, but this one's a little bit different here in this particular region.
Of course, Norcross can still win the region even if it loses the game. It just needs to do so by 11 points or less. North Paulding, by the way, getting a win against Marietta.
So it means North Paulding will finish number 2. They will host East Coweta. That makes Marietta the 3 seed, and they go on the road to Westlake.
Boy,
that
dangerous 3 seed, but a tough place to go play on the road in round 1. Juan Gaston and the terrific Westlake team.
Grayson all over Parkview. Grayson is coming along.
Yeah, I really like what I saw from them last week. Third down here now for North Gwinnett. I just think J.D. Davis at quarterback gives them a dimension
said that last week,
really
and he's evolved. Like he's gotten better, progressed. And
his numbers this year are terrific. Hall with time to throw, looking deep.
Yeah, I had to
you had coverage on that was tight by Kenneth Clark, but perhaps a little too tight. He never really turned back and looked at the football.
Never turned
around. That's what it
around.
ultimately is going to be.
And that's a 1,000% every single time call. When you don't look back for the ball and you face guard, you're getting a flag.
So if he looks back at all, does that get him out of the?
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, 75% of the time, it's no flag.
Defensive pass interference.
It looked like he bodied him up a little bit, but when you don't turn around, you have zero chance. And I know this drives people crazy because they do this over and over. This is high school football players. See this? You want to turn around.
I mean, to me, that's enough to totally impact the play, right?
Correct.
Like now, listen, Clark's running with him step for step. He had pretty good coverage, but when you don't turn back around, that degree of face guarding does impact. By the way, Coffee gets the win over Ware County tonight. It's a region for Coffee there, but that's enough to impact the play, I believe.
When a high school defender doesn't even argue with a referee, he knows.
It's a big win here as well in our Brady Pest score ticker. Bainbridge with a big lead over Cairo. That's going to give a region title to Bainbridge, assuming that score holds, which obviously you'd expect that it would.
The Bearcats. You look at Ware County. Ware County is the home of Israel Troop, former Georgia wide receiver. He's going to come up and coach the freshman team.
Okay, good.
At Georgia League.
That's great to know.
Yep.
2nd 6 now. Whistle blows.
I believe Central Carroll wins a region, and I believe they go undefeated.
Offense,
they have got a running back.
Second down.
Ronez Walton. He is a 2026 running back. Georgia has offered him. He will be at Georgia tomorrow, and I'm telling you, it's crazy because anybody that's familiar with Central Carrollton and Carrollton High School, they are literally right across the street from each other almost.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the city school down there gets a lot of attention. Carrollton played for the state championship in 7A a year ago, but it's nice to see Central Carroll, making a name for itself there too. Hall's going to throw incomplete. DeMario Manning was right there on that coverage, but that's a pass that Carter Campbell, the senior, probably wished he could have back.
So if my math is right, that would mean that Central Carroll and they're 19-1, those two schools.
Tryon also gets a region title for a win against Darlington tonight. Good year for Tryon.
I tell you, Tryon's going to be interesting if they play Prince at some point because they're triple option. And I mean, they are triple option, Air Force triple option.
Legitimate.
Yes.
Fisher to bear.
Yes.
All right, third down now. 3rd and 11 here. North Gwinnett trying to take advantage of an opportunity, but it's going to have to be a timeout instead.
A couple weeks ago, I believe it was Georgia, Kentucky. Tryon beat Pepperell. And I walked by Stacy Searles in pregame warm-ups on the field, and he looks at me and says, Tryon beat them out of Pepperell, and walked off. And he is from Tryon, so he still keeps up with his Bulldogs up there in Northwest Georgia.
You love to hear it. Group ticket packages are still available for the Atlanta Falcons right now for home games. You can learn more about options for youth sports teams, client hosting events, and more. AtlantaFalcons.com/tickets.
What is Falcons football? It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's ZP breaking another record. What is Falcons football? It's all you dirty birds. Rise up.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Big third down play coming up here. North Gwinnett just calling a timeout. You see some of those students showing a nice sign there for Jackson Bussey, the defensive end from Norcross, who actually left the game with injury a little earlier, and hope to get a nice update on him. But some of the students kind of showing some love there on that. 3rd and 11. Hall taking the snap, going to throw towards the end zone. And it is caught. Unbelievable by Carter Campbell.
Man, what a throw and what a catch for North Gwinnett.
I mean, can you believe it? The signal was delayed in terms of calling it a catch. Let's see it again.
Look at this ball, man.
Absolutely,
I think he called
no
it.
doubt about that.
I think he called it. Referee right on top of that.
Under a minute, the hand straight ahead to Walters. And it's a touchdown, his 2nd of the night. And the possibility that North Gwinnett could win this region gets more and more real. They are now, we believe, on the other side of the scoring margin. Of course, the last time the Bulldogs were in this situation, they did do the quick snap for the 2-point conversion.
Swinging gate, is what that's called.
They're going to do it again here.
Yep.
They are going to toss it straight up for the 2-point conversion. And it's good. Hudson Morton is there to catch it.
Let me tell you something. If you don't think Eric Godfrey knows what's on the line and points-wise, they're pulling out all the tricks tonight.
Jason Clark, I believe, is the one who throws it. Hudson Morton is the one who catches it on kind of, as Rusty calls it, the sort of the swinging gate type play.
Yep. Right back to the center.
Perfectly executed. And we have a shocking result right now. I don't say that in any way to disrespect North Gwinnett, because North Gwinnett's obviously a tough and dangerous team, and they've collected plenty of wins here this year. Norcross only lost 1 time. Number 6 team in the state. Came into tonight knowing that North Gwinnett needed a win by at least 12 to win this region and get the 1 seed. Right now, they are besting that number, up 17 here. So now there's still, a full quarter to play, but if you're, kind of doing the math here, a Norcross touchdown would be very big because it kind of gets you back inside that number here. We're going to be, I am not great at arithmetic on the fly, so we may be called upon to do a lot of that here.
Luckily, Kaylee's around us, got that young math mind. We might could
may need to be calling on that.
Go to the lifeline.
Into the end zone for a touchback.
Have we ever given a kicker an MVP in any of our games?
I mean, it's fair to ask here. Constantine Dallas had that
look at Coach Godfrey congratulating his guys.
7 plays, 5 yards, minute 49 on the clock. Obviously, Walter's 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. So you've got, for North Gwinnett, to give you an idea what kind of night it's been for them, a quarterback with 3 rushing touchdowns, a running back with 2 rushing touchdowns. That's the kind of evening it's been here for the Bulldogs. Now, Norcross gets its chance to respond to all of this again.
They outscored 16-0 in the second half.
It's Muhammad in at quarterback. We'll see if they stay with him for the chance to throw. They're going to throw towards Watkins. Ooh! Watkins couldn't hold on. He had a step. He had the chance, and he just couldn't quite bring it in. Looked to be a throw on the money.
Love the play call.
Yeah.
Throws on the money.
And, one of the sort of emerging themes here are a couple of almost big explosive pass plays for Norcross here in the second half. Some of that stuff starts to add up here a little bit. Now looking at 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. Quick throw by Muhammad over towards the sideline, and North Gwinnett is there to meet it. It's an incomplete pass. Jashawn Clark was the intended target, but a Bulldogs defender was there right away.
Well, they've got all the momentum right now. They are flying around the ball, making plays. Again, Brandon, everyone pay attention after the game. Score Atlantic. Craig Sager Jr. Kaylee will be on the brackets, already seeing some of the games next week. Buford now will host Wheeler.
So we're seeing some of that kind of stuff playing out. By the way, Tucker in overtime right now with a region title on the line. 3rd and 10, the North Gwinnett fans making a ton of noise. Muhammad going to try to dump it off, and that's incomplete. Flag comes in. Perhaps a little bit too much contact that time by the freshman linebacker Godfrey, coach's son. He thought he'd made a clean play. Officials apparently are going to disagree with that.
Penalty, previous spot results in a first down.
Yes, that's not automatic first down here. It's just based on where the spot was. So set it at the 35. Give Norcross a fresh set of downs. 33 seconds here. Third quarter action. We still got a full 12 minutes to go. But you can really feel the sort of the tension sort of pick up on both sides here. How about tight coverage by the North Gwinnett secondary right there at the line of scrimmage. Straight ahead run.
Yep.
That's Muhammad on the carry.
I tell you what, it's getting chippy. It's getting chippy in the box between Norcross and these two defensive tackles, 54 and 55 for North Gwinnett. The referees have warned them a little bit about doing some after the whistle. Gonna have to calm down for both teams.
Going to be Watkins back in at quarterback. Played some at receiver on this drive. Now Watkins will throw in the final play of the quarter. It's a battle for the football over there, and Jamari Harold's not able to bring it in. Good coverage that time by Makai Wheaton and Chauncey Davis. So we have got a lot of drama in store for the fourth quarter. Someone's going to win a region championship, and it's the underdog at home that's got the lead here right now. Stay with us here on the Peachtree Sports Network.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Okay, going back to 1.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are two very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
Power Nation is your source for authentic automotive how-to. Detroit Muscle, celebrating the passion and performance of Motor City Cool. Truck Tech, smoking the streets, and tackling the trails are just part of highway hauling fun. Engine power, it's high crank and performance with the science of speed and torque. And our newest show, Car Kits, imagination, fabrication, and plenty of perspiration. Let the thrill begin. Power Nation.
All right, I'm here now with head coach Eric Godfrey. You guys have the 17-point lead. You've been outstanding on third downs, the 2-point conversion. What are you looking for in the fourth quarter?
Our offensive line is playing great. They got to keep it up. Defense made some adjustments. We got to keep the big play away. AJ's a phenomenal football player and tore us up early. So hopefully keep limiting big plays, and offensive line keep grinding it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. We'll be back for the fourth quarter.
All right, good stuff there. Craig Sayer Jr. with Eric Godfrey. And as you see, Norcross going back on offense here. Watkins taking the direct snap. Going to be short there on 3rd down. North Gwinnett meets him. You see Godfrey again coming up celebrating on that. We want to correct one thing here. We've been kind of getting some differing information here tonight as these tiebreaker scenarios kind of be thrown around. It's now believed that North Gwinnett needs to win by 13 points. Right now they're winning by 17, but the belief here is that North Gwinnett needs to win by 13 points in order to win the region. Very quickly, Norcross going to go straight back at it on 4th down. The carry going to Maven. North Gwinnett comes up celebrating, but I believe Forward Progress is going to give it to Norcross that time. You're going to move the chains here. 4th quarter beginning with Norcross essentially playing as if they're losing by a touchdown because they need to keep, big hit on Watkins as he throws. North Gwinnett can still win the region, which is what matters. Obviously, they want to win this game against a region rival and a county rival, but anything less than that.
Yeah, you don't want to end the season with a loss. Regular season, going into playoffs. But listen, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is a very surprising score, and North Gwinnett is taking it to Norcross right now,
Really
especially up front.
So 2nd and 10 now. And for what it's worth, I certainly appreciate our host tonight, Kaylee Mansell, helping us out with this. North Gwinnett cannot be the 3 seed. Petrie Ridge, by winning tonight, essentially locks.
It can't be the 2.
Excuse me, can't be the 2 seeds, what I mean to say. You see a pass complete there to Deshaun Clark. So there's really no incentive for North Gwinnett to do anything other than just go for broke right now.
Yep. You're either going to host next week or be on the road.
Yeah, they're essentially locked into that sort of 3 seed spot.
So they're right telling me if they lose, they're at West Forsyth. And if they were to win this thing by the tiebreaker, they would host Denmark.
All right, 3rd down again here for Norcross. Pressure showing by North Gwinnett.
Top of the screen, 1-on-1 with 11. Nope.
They're going to change a lot of safety over there.
Yep.
Harold's got a touchdown and a big catch in addition to that already tonight. Going to look his way again. Watkins tries to get free. The football tangled up over there.
Yes.
Easy call for the officials.
100%.
It was Chauncey Davis who had the coverage. Another example of 2 guys kind of running step for step, but when the receiver tries to come back for the football, he just was not able to get free.
Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a 1st down.
Yeah, when you see 2 guys hit the ground, there's going to be some yellow somewhere. That was interesting how they brought the safety help out, and he turned to take away the slant. But they saw what I saw. He had 1-on-1 coverage with what I think is Norcross's best offensive wideout.
Yeah, the chess match right now is really fun.
Yeah.
Because
these are 2 well-coached teams now. This is as 2 as good as staffs in the state of Georgia as you will see.
So after the pass interference penalty, that makes it 1st down again with the ball sitting inside Bulldog territory at the 41. Keep it by Watkins. Fake the handoff to Maven. Watkins gets free inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle. Prevented that from being a touchdown. Khalil Mazone, the linebacker.
I tell you what, make a note for Khalil Mazone, because if they stop them right here, he just saved 6, 7, or 8 points, because that was a touchdown.
Little stuff sometimes makes a big difference. We're in the red zone, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Watkins still in at quarterback. Fakes to Maven. Maven becomes a blocker. Nice tackle, Malachi Whedon. Junior defensive back into the backfield to bring down Watkins.
We talked about this on our podcast this week. Malachi Starks runs down the Missouri running back last year, saved 4 points on that 1 tackle on the 1-yard line. Let's see if that type of situation comes up tonight for North Gwinnett.
2nd down now. Norcross not in a hurry. It's going to be Harold over on the left side again. For now, it looks like man coverage over there. Watkins looking towards the corner of the end zone, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown. Jashawn Clark inches the Blue Devils closer.
Wow.
And for what it's worth, that puts them inside the margin that would preserve a region title for them, even with a loss.
On the money right there from Watkins.
What a game. Jack Roll on to try the PAT. He's good here, and now it's a 10-point game. So this has been as wild a game as we've had all season long. It has been a ton of fun. The biggest and the best moments in this contest. You get the feeling they may be still yet to come. Keith Maloof's having a good time himself, and we'll hope you'll stay with us.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
My marriage kind of took a different path. He told me he was not moving back into the home. My biggest fear was the unknown. What would happen with the children and myself? What would happen with the house? I found Meriwether and Tharp. They told me that they would walk me through this divorce, and they did that tenfold. You need an attorney. You need the best attorney, and that's going to be Meriwether and Tharp.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life. The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613. Electrify your career. Gordo's, Fiesta every day. Personal Touch Lawn Care. The smallest details make the biggest difference. Meriwether and Tharp. Meriwether and Tharp LLC. The AtlantaDivorceTeam.com. R.S. Andrews. Story after story, we deliver smiles. And by Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta.
The margin is 10 points. Norcross inching closer here on the road, trying to preserve its shot of winning a region title here. Any kind of victory gives that to them. 13 plays, 80 yards, 3:53 on the clock. Jashawn Clark, the touchdown to cap it off. And back to live action here. North Gwinnett, Upman fields the ball. Tried to come slide up and took a big hit for his services there on that. I'm not quite so sure how well that worked out.
That'll wake you up.
It was Hollingquist again on the return. And Hollingquist took a big hit that time by Jaden Macklin. So to reset what we're looking at here, Norcross wins this region with a victory of any kind, and a defeat if it's by 12 or less points. North Gwinnett needs to win by 13 points in order to win the region. They are up by 10 right now, as you obviously can no doubt do the math in your head on. Running play, tackled, nice job in the backfield. There to bring that down.
Andre Thompson, number 0.
Yeah, Thompson had a good year at linebacker.
Good job of filling the gap there, stepping up. for Norcross defense.
Looking at 8:29 to go, fourth quarter of play.
Camden comes back. They were down 23-20 in the third quarter to come back to finish it off. Camden County will be in Gwinnett next week, either at Newton or Archer, I believe.
And that loss for Lowndes eliminates any shot at being in the postseason this year, which is a very rare occurrence, obviously, down there. 75 corridor in Valdosta.
Richmond Hill will be the 4 seed. Camden will be the 3. Valdosta will host next week. I'm telling you, there is a chance that Parkview is at Valdosta next week.
Boy, what a game that would be. 7:45 to go here, though. South Gwinnett's attempt to beat Brookwood falls short. Broncos get a field goal win there, no doubt to the delight of Dave Hunter, our good friend. That's a pass caught. Nicholas Bookman. Bookman across the 30 up to the 31. Got about 5 that time. And enough for a first down.
That's what I talked about earlier. You saw that trip set. They're going to throw that bubble screen. You got 2 blockers out there. Norcross does a good job of getting off the blocks. Making this a third and 9, 3rd and 10. Oh, first down?
Yeah, first down.
Got the chain wrong there for just a second. I looked at it wrong.
Hall takes the snap, hands to Walters. Walters has taken every running back carry tonight. Tackled in the play by Ezekiel Theodoris. He's up to the 35. Got like 3 that time.
And the matchup already set for next week will be Collins Hill and North Cobb.
Okay.
Osborne will go to Mill Creek. Again, we'll have a full bracket update on everything with Craig Sager Jr. and Kaylee right after the game, so stick around.
Mulder, the lone deep safety for Norcross defensively. Hall takes his low snap, picks it up, dumps it off to his tight end, Morton. Morton gets across the 45, and another first down for North Gwinnett. And the buttons, whatever they push tonight for the Bulldogs, it's all worked offensively.
And you see they're not playing to run the clock, Brandon. They're playing to score.
Yeah, they know they need the touchdown to win the region, so they're playing all out. If you've been with us throughout the night, you've heard that now several times, but for the folks just joining us, we want to make them aware of the situation and kind of the unique nature of Georgia high school football that, as Rusty said, kind of varies region to region, and frankly, not all that easy for us to always keep up with. Rusty is better at it than I am.
That's way too much math for us tonight.
Hand off to Walters. Walters, first down yardage inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. 18 on the carry for Walters, and he's working on a big night.
He's been impressive. And runs through an arm tackle here at the end. Shifty man in the hole.
6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Ball at the 42-yard line. First and, I should say 37-yard line. Hand off to Walters again. Walters takes it inside the 30. Tackled the play by Jaleel Abdullah. Not before another nice gain for Walters. Getting big chunks on the ground here right now.
They're happy with this right now. We're getting positive yards. We're eating up clock. We don't want to give A.J. Watkins another chance to put a dent in this thing if we do score.
Ball sits at the 27.
What's that field goal do here? 47 to 34. Man.
Yeah, field goal would put it right on the number. Hand off to Walters again. Missed tackle in the backfield. But Walters only got up to about the original line of scrimmage. Good to see Jackson Bussey back in the game. That's a defensive end, good player who left briefly with an injury earlier. You're nice to see him back in and able to compete for Norcross. .505 now in, we'll call it regulation. Handoff goes to Godfrey. Change of pace there at running back.
19,
Yeah. Godfrey comes in at running. I should say Khalil Mazzone, excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, Khalil Mazzone comes in. Change of pace at running back. Mazzone gets some tough, hard yards there, but that's going to bring up a third down. Going to call it 3rd and 2 now. Walters is back in. Tight end goes in motion. Hall takes the snap. Actually, that is Mazzone again, and Mazzone's going to be short. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now it's 4th down. Now Walters will come back in. And North Gwinnett shows no signs of taking its offense off the field here. On what's going to end up being, with the line to make, about the 17.5. Ball sits at the 19. So you're talking about a yard and a half here on 4th down to convert. Hall going to throw it wide open for a touchdown.
What a play. Look at them on
Hudson Morton hauls it in. You can't draw it up any better than that.
Man. You see where he comes out of the backfield? I mean, it's almost, see him, they slide him in off the wing. He just slides right out of the backfield. No one there to cover him.
With justifiable reason, we'll make that our play of the game. And we'll also see North Gwinnett try a PAT there as well. Constantine Dallas has had a busy night. He'll be back on here again for the PAT. And a lead for North Gwinnett that could result in a region championship. Play of the game there, by the way, as well.
They called this play because of this point differential. Because they would run the ball there. No question, try to chew the clock up. They called that play specifically because we're trying to get 13.
HendrickCars.com brings it to you. I can tell you, this is fun. Yeah. It's like no other football game that anybody's going to watch on TV all weekend long.
No.
Where, I mean, I guess
there'll be some people with some different influences, some different wants. But for us, we want a 13-point if you're North Gwinnett. But there's a lot of people that will be interested in some spreads, to say the least. Don't walk into that one.
While we have a moment there as well, let's also give you the game's key defensive stop presented by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. It was this.
Gets this.
Yeah, recovery by North Gwinnett.
17 strips. Does he come back on and get on it? I believe he does.
Yeah.
I believe Jake Godfrey strips it and gets it in recovery.
So a nice moment for him, and that brought to you by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Of course, good to be in Gwinnett County here tonight. Dallas, big booming kick, just a little bit short of the end zone, which creates a return opportunity for Mulder. Mulder takes a big hit there at the 30-yard line.
There's been some collisions on kick
really
return,
have been.
especially for North Gwinnett's kickoff team.
Let me tell you something. I have next to zero interest in getting hit like that on a night just go.
No.
I have negative interest in that.
Or even trying to block somebody running at you full speed. You see that look on Keith Maluk. He's been doing this a long time. He knows that his team has done some things tonight uncharacteristically, but take nothing away from North Gwinnett because they took the fight, especially Brandon up front with their offensive line. I was standing on the field with North Gwinnett.
Holding by the receiving team doing the return. 10-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down.
I was standing on the field with some North Gwinnett staff when Norcross came out. And their words to me were like, they're a lot bigger than we kind of thought. You know what I mean? When you see them in person. But regardless what they've done tonight with a young offensive line, kudos to that crew.
So ball after the penalty going to sit at the 10-yard line. Norcross can win the region with a touchdown, bringing the margin of defeat, if it were to hold that way, at less than 10 points. I should say inside the 13-point number. North Gwinnett needs a stop to win the region. Obviously, their chances of being the outright winner today start to feel more possible. Mohammed on the running play to the 15-yard line.
Let me humor you a little bit. A coach from this region just texted me and said they have to win by 11. So we have heard 11, 12, and 13
I
tonight.
really have heard both numbers.
Yes. But North Gwinnett told me on a text 13. So we got to figure that out. That'll be determined pretty quickly afterwards. But thank you for the text, Coach.
Thank you, yeah.
It's just crazy.
There have been some differing opinions on the numbers. Pass call incomplete. Not able to hold on. There's a strike, but not able to haul it in was Alex Garnett. So you're looking at 3:16 to go in regulation. It's third down here. North Gwinnett can really sense what's at stake here. Their fans making as much noise as they have all night long. Mohammed staying in at quarterback. Does that mean they want to throw it to Watkins here? Mohammed looking. They do get it to Watkins. Watkins gets the first down. Dragged out of bounds there around the 25-yard line.
Careful on horse collar there.
Clock stops because of the out of bounds and the first down with 3:08 now remaining in regulation. It is a big lead for the Bulldogs, but it's the margin that matters. There's some debate about exactly what that margin is, but the truth is if it's a Norcross touchdown, that'd be inside it no matter what. And if it's not, then it's a North Gwinnett win no matter what. So hopefully.
I'm going to be done with the text, but the last one I got, I would trust this source. And they told me it's 13.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll be done with it. Sooner or later, we're going to know, but this text is.
At this point, if it's not 13, I don't want to know.
12 and a half.
I don't want to know. At this point, if it's not 13, I don't want to know.
Well, so you certainly would have seen Eric Godfrey run the football there on that last drive.
3 minutes.
Had it not mattered.
3 minutes exactly. Second down. Mohammed again. He's going to get rid of he gets rid of the football. Pass complete to Joshua O'Keel.
They're gonna. The North Gwinnett sideline is going nuts. They thought he was
in the
down.
grasp.
They
Yeah,
thought the knee was down. Maybe.
Looked like it was almost going to be right for like the in the grasp type call.
Let's see what we got here. Where would this be in Mercedes-Benz? Down.
Ooh, yeah, you're
Time
right.
out.
Yep.
Time out. Norcross.
Yeah, not just an in the grasp, but an actual knee down situation there.
And North Gwinnett got away with one earlier in the game. So but you're going to watch both knees are down right there. Yeah, ball's not out yet.
It's tremendously athletic play by Mohammed just to give himself a chance. But it is fairly clear that the knees, were down on that. 2:40 to go. It's a timeout here. So we've kind of been half kiddingly, half seriously talking about the deficit needed. The good news is it's fairly straightforward. At the margin where it is, that's a North Gwinnett region title. Yep. A Norcross touchdown brings you inside that margin.
And these people understand what's going on. Like this is an important down. Normally you're up this point, people are heading for the hot chocolate line or trying to get out of here. They understand how big a third down this is.
This is Gwinnett County. These are good football fans. They on both sides. They know all of this. Crowd is roaring here right now. Mohammed stays in at quarterback. Got to think it's 4-down territory for Norcross. Pressure coming. Mohammed eludes it. Looking for a chance to throw. It's deflected.
Jay Godfrey.
Godfrey got there and got his hand on it. That's going to bring up 4th down and almost would have had a chance at the interception.
How about that freshman? How about that freshman right there playing 7A football, chance to win a region championship, your dad's new school. You get blown out into Corky Kell. You've got a very small senior class. You've got a chance to knock off one of the biggest upsets this week in the state of Georgia if you can finish this thing off.
4th and 9. 2:32 in the game. Norcross stacks 3 receivers on the right.
5 wide, top of the field.
Empty backfield now. Muhammad still in the quarterback. He's going to try to run and get it himself. I think he got it by like a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
I believe he did.
Gutsy call on Muhammad's part to take off. And he's going to move the chains.
Good job there. Yep, picked up 10.
So first down for Norcross. 2:23 to go. A.J. Watkins, who's had a big night, remains a receiver. He's going to be the slot man on the right side of the formation. That puts him at the bottom of your screen. He wears number 1. Let's watch him. Throw instead goes left side. That's O'Keel with the catch. He's going to be driven out right there near the line of scrimmage. Good tackle by Chandler Jordan. Pretty big prospect as a junior, a cornerback with a handful of offers, including the likes of Georgia Tech, Tennessee, Auburn, to give you an idea of the caliber of player in this football game here this evening. By the placement of the football here, he probably got a half yard or so on that reception. North Gwinnett's dropped like 3 guys back into coverage. That's the pass over to Clark. Clark gets a block. And across, I believe, the line to make for, and right at that line for another first down here for Norcross. All of a sudden, they're putting a drive together with 2 minutes to go.
Now you're getting close down to midfield. You see Coach Maloof telling them to go, go, go. Norcross with 2 timeouts left. North Gwinnett with 2 timeouts left.
Muhammad fakes the throw, and then they're now just going to dump it off to Clark. Clark right up there inside Bulldog territory around the 48-yard line. You can't help but think for North Gwinnett trying to win a region here by getting a defensive stop. When Eric Godfrey takes this job at North Gwinnett, a lot of folks wonder, why would you leave Parkview? Parkview could have won a state championship this year. They're going to be a major, obviously, player in the state playoffs. Will begin next week. 5-star wide receiver Mike Matthews. He does not shy away from saying how talented he believed that Parkview team was, but he thought this was the right place for his family moving forward. And what a statement it would be to win a region title here in your first year. Of course, Norcross wants to do something about that. Muhammad throwing in a double coverage. Almost a big catch by Garnett. Almost brought it in a double coverage, but Jordan was there to help break it up.
Wow. He almost brings this thing at the end. Almost on his fingertips.
Good coverage by Jordan that time. Garnett could not hold on. Third and 4. Minute 43. Empty backfield once again. North Gwinnett, pressure comes, down he goes! Jake Godfrey gets a huge sack!
Man.
And the Bulldogs can feel it.
The freshman. You want to talk about a night? Great call. Brings him off the edge. Perfect timing, and man, did he deliver when he got there.
He really did.
Got to work on our celebrations a little bit there. That's that freshman move there. Gotta keep your feet, young buck.
All right, here's the scenario. It's going to be 4th and 14. Still time to just move the chains, but you're going to have to make a sizable play to be able to do it. Where do you want to go with this, Rusty?
You got to me, you've got to get the ball to either Watkins or 11. It's got to go to one of those because number one, both of them have size and speed. So what they're going to do is they're talking about the crossing routes there. You see the hand motions.
Can you put Watkins back at quarterback for this?
I wouldn't here. I would try to get him out because if they put him back there, I would imagine they're going to sit there and let him get 6 or 7 yards and try to get him to the ground. 4th and 14, you got to take a shot. To me, you got to find that one matchup you like one-on-one. Now, what do you do with North Gwinnett?
It is going to be Watkins at quarterback here, though.
So that means that Godfrey's going to be a big play here. They're going to spy. You see the middle of the field, 17. He's got to spy. You see him come up.
Watkins wants to run it. Now going to pull it back and try to pass it. Got a receiver wide open. It's a first down. Inside the 30-yard lines and out of bounds. How about that throw and catch? Watkins designed that perfectly. And it's actually Dylan Muhammad, the other quarterback, who makes the catch.
How about the storyline on that? And that play was made by Watkins extending the play right here. Look, he acts like he's going to run. They can't get him to the ground. Eyes down the field.
You know what that reminds me of
4th
so much?
and 14,
yeah,
Brandon.
It's the old Tim Tebow play when he was at Florida. It's almost like the play action to yourself where you fake the quarterback run, pull back and throw it. That's exactly what Watkins did there. And the other quarterback, Muhammad, is the guy that catches it.
That's why Rusty Manziel's not offensive coordinator.
And now it's essentially both quarterbacks side by side. Muhammad takes the snap. He throws inside the 15-yard line there. Kind of a fun formation there. And that's a catch to Jamari Harold, who Rusty's been telling you about. A dangerous weapon. Already a touchdown tonight.
That's who I like. I like the length on him. And you talking about some drama in a 17-point game with a minute left.
Yeah, we're looking at a minute to go here. A touchdown, we think, gives Norcross the region if it were to hold. Into the end zone for the throw, and it's incomplete. Harold was the intended target.
Still love the play call there. Almost gets that one.
Defensive substitutions now for North Gwinnett. 52 seconds in the game. Folks are tuning in and they wonder how could there be so much drama in a
This entire region's watching this one.
Quick throw by Muhammad. It's a pass caught and a big hit there at the 5.
They got to go.
It was Mazzone who laid the big hit. Watkins trying to get up quick, knowing that the clock is ticking.
Wheel route right out of the backfield.
Muhammad will be the quarterback here, it appears. That means Watkins is the slot receiver on the left side. Empty backfield, 23 seconds. Pressure coming. Throw, catch. Incomplete.
Man, he fought that ball the entire time.
Yeah, Jamari Harold was trying to haul it in.
Yep.
Officials said he did not, though. Now you're looking at 16 seconds. And you're looking at 4th down.
See what we got here. Nope, on the ground. Yep. Good call.
That's the football move, right? That's what you say you want to see. The completion all the way to the ground and the football move. That's what they're going to get Harold on right there.
Got Muhammad at quarterback, top of the field, one-on-one. They're going to put safety coverage help over the top.
Yeah, you're stacking 3 receivers on the right.
A lot of confusion.
Watkins going to throw to the end zone. Touchdown! How about that? Norcross comes down the field and scores.
They converted a 4th and 14 to get to this. There was
A.J. Watkins.
There was some confusion on the play by North Gwinnett pre-snap from that formation.
You also saw Keith Malouf talking to his sideline. Do we need to go for 2?
Correct.
He was told he only needs the PAT.
Yep.
The PAT would bring it to a 10-point deficit, well within what we believe the margin is. And there's a flag in here.
Is it? It's a crazy feeling, isn't it?
It is.
On the North Gwinnett sideline.
Yeah, they're going to win a game and be sad.
Yeah, they're going to win a game and be like, we let one slip away there at the end. Needed one more stop.
Yeah, I've never been a part of a game quite like this before.
I have neither. Nope.
A.J. Watkins, by the way, his 4th touchdown of the night. He's had 3 rushing as a quarterback, a receiving touchdown there as well.
So if this score sticks, it's going to be, they're going to be at West Forsyth next week, North Gwinnett, and Norcross will be hosting Denmark. And oh, by the way, if you win that, you probably host Beaufort. Wow, that's going to be a.
There's just no easy outs in 7A.
There's no easy.
There's just no easy outs in 7A.
Zero easy outs in this tournament.
We've been saying that for the entire year. High snap. The kick is good, and Roll finishes off a drive that, unless 10 seconds changes things, looks to have won a region championship for Norcross on a night when it appears they're going to lose on the field but win in the standings. And I mean, the North Gwinnett sideline is dejected. You got guys taking off helmets in frustration and just leaving it all on the line here, and they're going to beat a top 10 ranked team at home on senior night by 10 points, and they're going to leave upset about it because of what they had a chance to do.
It's going to be a really good teaching moment for Eric Godfrey about handling business earlier in the season. But I can tell you this, when they watch the film and when they meet with this team on Sunday, the performance they have and what they can take going next week with this.
We have seen returns today now. Keep that in mind. Hollingquest has had a couple of good ones. It'll be the sophomore kicker, Elijah Fry, who will be in to kick it here. He has the big leg. Also, A.J. Watkins going to run out late and be a part of this kick coverage too. And Norcross deserves a lot of credit for finding a way to march down the field the way they did. In what might be the preserving drive for the region championship. Ball fielded, clock starts to move. That is Hollingquest again. He's down the 25-yard line, and I think we're going to say 4 seconds here left.
I know it's, you don't get situations like that, but as low and as hard as that ball was, I think I would let that one go to save the seconds there.
Yeah, let it roll to the end zone.
Let it go, land in the end zone. You got probably 9 seconds for a couple of plays, but
as it stands right now, we're probably looking at one shot.
Yeah, you're thinking here you got to flee. You got to throw this thing around.
Do high school teams they
you always have one little play like that.
Because we obviously see this in the NFL all the time. Kind of sort of sane lot, throw it around type deal.
Yep. So probably going to throw one. They're going to take a knee.
Are they going to take a knee and just say
keep from getting anybody hurt?
So North Gwinnett will get a victory. A win tonight against a county rival and a respected region foe. But on the basis of a final drive, Norcross coming down the field cuts into the margin of victory enough that Norcross will leave as region champions tonight.
It's crazy.
I have never been a part of a game like this.
Both sidelines are going to have some players smiling.
Yep. I've never been a part of a game like this. But and you see what a moment there from Keith Maloof and Eric Godfrey. Just, almost, what can you say about this? But my respect for both these teams. I had a lot of it coming in. I have even more after this. For Eric Godfrey, it's a reminder of what can be for him here at North Gwinnett. And, for Norcross, not their night in terms of the final margin of victory, but this is still a team that's going to be, a very tough out in the 7A playoffs. And obviously when you've got A.J. Watkins, you've got a chance against almost anyone.
No doubt. And I'll tell you, in Norcross tonight, they got pushed around up front. And I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be a physical practice next week at Norcross because That's not a staple of a Keith Maloof team.
Yeah.
Especially against a younger bunch, and all the credit in the world to North Gwinnett. But I can assure you that Keith Maloof and his staff are going to show his players this is what happens when you take a team lightly and you got pushed around physically tonight by a really young North Gwinnett team.
All right, we're going to be going down to Craig Sager Jr. here in just a moment. I'm almost trying to remember which coach we're even talking to.
Yeah, we're going to talk to both.
Craig Sager Jr. is standing by right now. Craig, take it away.
All right, I'm here now with North Gwinnett head coach Eric Godfrey. Coach, it was a great first half. The teams were trading punches. You guys really came out in the second half, though. What did you see from the defense, just the offense all night?
Right, yeah, well, again, we're talking about offense line right after the third quarter. They did a phenomenal job all night. Running backs ran hard. Of course, Ryan Hall leading our team. And like I said, defense, we had to make some adjustments, and we're giving up some gaps. We didn't have some linebackers folding back in, and we made those adjustments and did a good job stopping number one.
It seems like your team, they really wanted the test tonight. They came out here, they weren't scared, they didn't flinch. What do you see from them just physically and just the energy throughout the game?
Yes, and that's what we said. We got to keep taking it to them. We said they're a physical bunch. We got to match their physicality. We didn't want to match their physicality. We wanted to beat their physicality. We really feel like our kids did that tonight, and that's what we got to have going in the playoffs.
Certainly. We saw the big sack at the end by Jake. What did you see from him? Just big region game tonight.
Yeah, second half, he was really good second half, and I loved it. And he played a lot of motion, but just like the whole team did a really good job.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the win, Coach. We'll be back after the break with our players of the game.
Yikey wawa! Running out of hot water is one way your water heater cries out for help. Call R.S. Andrews. Get a water heater rejuvenation. Your water heater gets added life, you get more hot water. Another way R.S. Andrews makes you smile today.
I've used R.S. Andrews 15 years, purchased 2 heating and air systems, so I rely on their technicians for service. I call, they come, it's fixed. And I appreciate Andrews' commitment. He gives it his all. That's how R.S. Andrews makes me smile.